doing this just kind of a time thing here at 10:23 to remember Tango, remember the puppy. And thank you, Father, for a wonderful puppy that you took from me, and it was this time. So all things after your counsel and for your own pleasure. So life is timing. I remember hearing that a lot when I was young. So it has a lot to do, even though time is kind of irrelevant in the whole eternal scheme of things. But thank you, Father, for, again, the blessing, the abundance, the bounty of years that you gave me with such a wonderful dog. And another puppy out here is a little confused, but I threw up in the lofted bed last night and let him sleep with the dad. So he got to lay next to dad, and just feel like he'd be kind of uncomfortable because he normally lay next to his brother. So I'm thankful that my puppy won't have to be here to see what is to come. Things are going to get rough. Things are going to get worse. That's what the scripture says. So I'm only talking to those who know what scripture says, and those who do not will be ill prepared and ill equipped because they're sick. It says pestilence. Pestilence is disease. They're ill for not having some kind of mindset to have preparedness. Plans are, Father should be making all your plans, steering your ship, but being a wise virgin, we're foolish and wise virgins. So he tells us to be wise as a serpent, wise as bis, knowledge, right? To have knowledge, but what do you do with the knowledge that you have when you walk this rock? Are you a good steward with the knowledge that he gave you? So thank you for that. It's a blessing, and be less, a burden, and its abundance more, and bounty, an abundance of bounty. So thank you for that, and the understanding. That's discernment, to be able to discern your words, heavens, your high, the high, most high, not in the sky. So thank you for the world, and they want their eyes, they want to be robbed and taken like a thief. World, and they want their eyes, they want to be robbed and taken like a thief. He said he will come quickly. Let no one take your crown. So the crown is what you have to have to set at the feet of the high priest, Christ, the Hamashiach. Shiloh, the one returns and picks up what he paid for. Saved that already. It was put aside from the foundation of the world before all this was even created from the darkness. And there was no redemption because we were not, remember, before all this, what he knew, prognosko, is to have foreknowledge of, like in Romans, he knew the ones he would separate and divide them in the flesh and imprison them and slave them in their meat suits so they can be pulled to him by him and only him. If I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. So nobody's coming to God because they want to. Father is making them do it. They just don't read the text, the scriptures. There's some watered down religion. So religion is vain. He said that in Jeremiah. Their customs, their traditions, their vanity, their wheel worshiping of their gods, tree gods and sun gods and gods in the sky. So what are you going to do? Can't do a damn thing about it, can you? Father will make you do it. Can't be saved. You have to endure to the end and then be picked up and purchased. Yeah, no, purchased and then picked up. That's redemption. Don't you know what he said? Look up for your redemption, draw it nigh. Get your head out of your iPhone or whatever Black Mirror you're looking in, and what other book you're reading, and read the Hopadesh. Define the words that you speak, or you're speaking in slang, slinging a bunch of crap around to appease you and be nice. That means to be stupid. So I don't like stupid people. I don't have to. I hate the sin they commit, not the sinners, but the sin itself. I'm not a hateful person. I can hate. I can judge with righteous judgment. So, he already divided from the foundation of the world. He already knew. It's the beautiful thing about that keeps the bride anchored in faith, that they're not doing it, and they know that, because he makes them bis lambs, because they have the celestial, spiritual, scriptural, biblical, historical bis knowledge, but most people don't, especially the words that are in that book, more than any other bis knowledge that they've ever gleaned, or become abundance, or given a bounty. So most people don't want the knowledge. They want eyeballs. They want to serve their lying eyes. They're deceived by their AIs. Yeah, that's pretty good. We just came up with that right now. Sabrina was a witness. They want to serve their AIs. Well, that's what they do. Service of self. That's idolatry. To serve the dirt. Everything you see came from the dirt. He doesn't want you to serve the dirt. He wants you to serve the word. The word is hope and dash. That's the word spirit. Father is without flesh. He had the birth of flesh vessel. His heavens, his king, right? The high priest who took over as Melchizedek, remember? In the scripture, the king, Leo in the celestial firmament. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. He sprang out of Judah, the lion from the tribe of Judah. That would be the Leo in the celestial firmament. So the scepter shall not depart from Judah till Shiloh returns. So the return is the seventh shofar, the final trump. So it gets worse from here. That's what the scripture says, a lot worse. Better tighten up those straps, whether they're boot or bra, one or the other, both. How about that? If you're some of you ladies are, I don't want to get you riding dirty now, but anyways, get a little dusty out here on the long haul. So this is a covenant yoked by man and woman, remember, Jew and Gentile, all flesh. Not everybody, just a little bit. Uh-oh, Father's doing just the tip ritual. Ow, sorry, I apologize for that, Sabrina. You just get to be there for that one. That's just, will have to be an inside thing for the channel. But really is, he's taking just a fraction of the whole. Wow, Father, you're crazy. No, it's just me that's crazy. I'm loco. Father's perfectly sane. I'm the one that's out of my mind. Like Bruno Mars. Yeah. I'll catch a grenade for you. Oh, I guess I did that. Never mind. Oh, well. 24 karat magic's in the air. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd understand what I'm talking about. But seriously, remember, he just took a fraction, and it would kind of be like just the tip, if you will, but not in a dirty nakedness kind of way, but just, that he did. He's only just oligos, oligos, a fraction of the whole. He ain't taking everybody. He's actually just taking a puny and little. Most everybody's evil and is in hell and thinks it's 2025, remember? Lunatics. So spinning on a planet with their polarity, gravitational pull. Gravity. Are you in the gravitron? Spinning in your gravitron planet. They fly over planets and fly space boats in upper space. Transformers, more than meets the eye. I know they're transgender god. Careful. Their gender bender ball AI Atlas, remember? They lie to their AIs. It's their alpha, their leader. They're servants of their eyeballs. They love balls in the sky, and they love rubbing their balls. Well, crystal balls. You know what I'm saying? Tell you fortunes and tell eye visions of futures like, I'll get you and your little dog, Toto, too. Ah. Oh, wait, that was Wizard of Oz. Oh, with the crystal ball, remember? Did you go see the Wicked Witch? Did you follow the Yellow Brick Road? because of the wonderful things he does. How you liking Mr. Warp Speed? Operation Warp Speed. Boy, he kicked it into even Megatron, like space farce. So Sunday, the day of the sun. It's not you, it's not CO2, it's the sun. Remember, the Sabbath was not Sunday, but it didn't matter because they still edified Father on the sun of the day, the first day of the week. These people are moon days, moon or lunar ticks. They go by the lunar calendar of Semiramis, the fertility goddess that had sex with her son when her husband died. Silly rabbit tricks for kids. Remember, he loved rabbits. They didn't like rabbits. It's kind of sickening, but that's where you get your kitty touch much. Joe Biden's, Donald Warp Speed, Trumpstein Island, the Cheetophile in chief. Is it Commander like Kamala Allah Akbar and Queef, or is it Vance, Trump Pants, or Trump Vance? You already knew it had Vance. Remember, that's word prognosco. That's why he put a man like Warp Speed, Donald Wise as a serpent in the office of the POTUS. Blind 11. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus is 11. 4 plus 7 is 11, right? When you skip Joe Biden, he said, you know I was a snake before you let me in. Then he let Joe Biden. Boom! And don't follow the Yellow Brick Road. Why not? You're supposed to be, remember? You're supposed to be scared of the man behind the curtain, the veil. Remember? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be going to the veil and being afraid. Remember, Toto pulled back the veil. I'll get you, you little dog, Toto, too. Remember? The Wicked Witch, be afraid. The guy pushing all the buttons back there, and no, fear the man on the screen, the Black Mirror. There you go, in Warp Speed. But they got their television and they poke people in their eyes and do visual and verbal voodoo to them. As a child, they sting them when they poke their eyes and sting them at the spelling bee and tell them cursing and cursive and spell casting, and they do. They tell eye vision, and they play visual voodoo on you, on your eyeball sockets too. Like the socket make you punch the clock, become a slave to the system with your currency in the bank, go with the flow, get schooled. So you don't come out of, we went to the moon, right? To the lunar surface. Lunatics about to steal the show. Call the cops. I see the robbery in progress. All right. Remember, he said anybody enters by any other way is a thief and a robber. So he said, I come quickly in Revelation 3:11. Let no one take your crown. So what's that mean? No worries. Things are supposed to get a lot worse. He knows what he's saying to his bride. They have the spiritual discernment. Remember, spirit Hokodash, the word, not some Naga Champa hippie burning incense and taking DMT or something in this modern day. I'm not sure that's not be a high-tech redneck. How about that? So, paid programming. You have paid for your television. Welcome to the television, where you will be programmed by your reader's die. Just that. Okay? Yeah, we have our programs, the television, the TV guide to guide you which program you were going to watch. See, you got told lies to your vision, and we went to the moon. Remember, they rolled out the cart and said all those people died on the space shuttle, but they're all still alive. Why? Don't ask no questions. See no evil, hear like a barrel full of monkeys. The little tambourine there, and your little whatever. Oh, those are cymbals, not tambourines. Just kidding. That's little kitty touch much. You know, all they like their monkeys, Playboy bunnies. They do this at their house. Trump's Island, he's got many houses. Remember, he just knocked down the east wing. He did. They are. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. You know what I'm saying? They are. And then you got to get the cymbal clapping monkeys at the end. We added that. I remember when we added that a while ago. But you know, the wind up monkey, because they're wind up toys. Like children, you know, they get wound up and they throw a fit and start kicking their feet and hands and stomping and, you know, they're whatever. We all get upset, but you know, they want their own way. They can't lose. All they do is win, 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 right? So wah 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 wah, like the nails they put in Christ's feet and his hands, right? And they hung them from a tree. So you know, these Satanist lunatics think that the Hamashiach was hung from a cross. That is lunatics. Well, lunar worship of the sun god. That's Satan that was birthed on December 25th. The cross is the crucifix. That's the Ankh. Not like uncle. You can say uncle and tap out whenever you've never heard this before, have you? Yeah, Ankh. How about Uncle Cracker? How about cracking the whip? How about not crackers and grape juice, Jesus? How about that? December 25th, eat my body, mass A, Jesus. The transgender, the three gods and one God, all in one, like three steel buildings with two airplanes to resurrect a one world of freedom tower. Take that, stick that in your cylinder and chooch on that stovepipe. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm so tired of this. People are just so blinded by the light. They get the false light out here, you know, acting as he just knocked down the whole west wing, or wait, it was the east wing. I seen somebody's going to put up the Death Star up there, like a half a Death Star dome, and paint it white. It was pretty creative. I'm like, wow, he might just do that. So I don't know. You've seen what he's going to put there. It's all a big dog and pony show, you know, ponies, well, riders. So the rider in the White House. Remember, with his Trump's arch, that's the arch of triumph. Triumph, right? They're people's champion, Baphomet, their transgender god, Apollyon, Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th in the middle of the winter. He'd have to be an absolute ho-ho or snowball or a ding-dong, not to, I mean, you're sugarcoating, not to see like I don't want to hear, you know, no fluffy marshmallow bunnies or a sugar-coated peep out of you. So, okay, let's get back to what we're saying here. They're going to be hungry without their sugar, aren't they? So, it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Where in the scripture to say things are going to get better? Or does it say, oh yeah, MAGA, great again? Where does it say that? High priest of the Satan church, MAGA. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction. Remember, he ran as a peace president, and now it's do as thou will. Oh, nano, shazbat, nano, just spraying you like an antenna. That's what you are. You're a walking patent radio wave. Frequency like millimeter, like waves, like tabernacles. Get it? It's tabernacles. Tabernacles. No tabernacles. I don't think it's going to be tabernacles. It sure will. That's what the Book of Sorrow says. Tabernacles. Well, it doesn't say that. It says sorrows. Revelation. It's going to get like wandering Jews in the desert, setting up temporary places of study of worship that'll be blown away, you know, by the winds. Speaking of them, a whole bunch of my stuff blew over. I went outside. I was like, damn, this place is a wreck. So, no, not God bless America, rebuke America. America is the most disgusting, filthy nation ever on this rock to walk this rock. Let's not forget about Castro, Fidel, and Justin Castro Trudeau. I mean, they're all related to these queens, kings, well, serfdom, the 10 families that hold all the basic with their little branches that branch out. You can't keep it in the fans, keep it in the family kind of people. Oh, yeah. So we don't want socialism, Marxism, communism, corporatocracy, digital tracked, tokenized, credit scored, blockchain communisms coming to America first, to a neighborhood near you, and then the rest of the world, to include Cuba, Venezuela, Australia, China. All will be going under the dragon, the beast system. Well, you'll work for the beast. So this has nothing to do with political. Poly meaning many, tick meaning blood suckers. They're all on the same blood sucking team, whether it's a red sucker or a blue sucker. You mix them both together, you get purple. Grape ape. What are you, some kind of monkey? Here we go again. So people are lost. It don't matter which country they're on. They have no understanding that the government is the beast. Everybody waiting for a one world government, not wanting to talk about politics, a one world religion, and a one world order, and never says it one time. As they were lockstep, blockchain, locked onto the X and stood on the X and were governanced by one world governance. Yeah. Welcome to a one world governance, as they are, it never says it once, but as a one world order, you go and you lockstep stand on the X. 6 va 6 va 6 va, like the nails that they put in his feet and his hands as they crucified him on the tree and stretched him back so he couldn't breathe. So they did their I-5 can't G breathe ritual. 3/11 night come quickly, let no one take your crown. March 11th, Donald Trump declared the coronavirus. Isn't that ironic? Like Alanis Morissette, like music to your ears. So these politicians are not here for the people. The government is the beast. Christ stood up to the government. Christ stood up to religion. Christ stood up to the law. If you're not standing up to the law, the governments, and the beast, it's time for you to exit this ministry. Go away, Jezebel. Girls, don't go away mad. Just go away. I don't sup with vipers. Remember, he said, you know, I was a snake before you let me in. He said, be wise as a serpent like Leviathan in the garden. Who told you were naked? What does that mean? Go ahead and steal somebody's innocence because of your idolatry, your Jezebel eyes. Yeah, don't matter if you're a man or woman, black or white, black, brown, white, red, or yellow. Maybe you're holding your breath in your little blue. Maybe you're orange like the Cheetophile Trumpstein in Chief Island. But you're just one of these island boys that goes along with it, huh? Boys and Girls Club, you're in the big club. Oh, wait, it's not. Oh, it's a big club and you're not in it. Gee, I wonder what George Carlin would have to say right now. Yeah, don't sup with vipers. He tells us actually don't break bread with vipers, people that are in the broad way. Just show them to the narrow way twice. There's no 3 strikes, batter up. And, you know, lunatics about to steal the show. Nelly. Hey, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Like on a horse, like the rider on a white horse or White House. Never mind. We're talking about houses or horses. Stacked like cards, knock them down like a house of cards. That's what he does. Destruction. Remember? Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for the White House. I mean, horse. I mean, peace and safety. Sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for peace and safety. The one that's on the white horse. Horse of Revelation. 2 riders on white horses. Might want to get with the scripture. Seriously. One is the bringer of the disease and the cure of the disease. That's the sun god, Satan, Jesus Christ. Mithra is what they called him at the time of Rome. Drunk donuts come in here asking me if I'm drunk. Are you day drinking there? You know, alcoholism is disease, and it's very hard to come off of alcohol. So you should stop eating donuts because they're bad for you. Are you a cop? You a drunk cop? Where have you come from today? They're drunken donuts. You've been drinking? What I need you to do is stand there with your feet together, your heels together, your arms down your side. Do not move from this position until I tell you to do so. Do you understand? What I want you to do is focus on the tip of my pen, follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only. Do you understand? Donuts, have you been drinking? Hold on, we're going to do some. Oh, yeah. Oh, he might be on some of this other, what kind of substances? Are you on the, are you the, Al, are you a wino? Winos ain't afraid of nothing but running out of wine. So what kind of, are you punch drunk on the world? Drunken donuts, like going around in circles like cops that you see him in the front and the back at the donut store? What was on the magic mushrooms? So he's drunk on the, is he microdosing? Are you trying to pull yourself out of a state of depression? I'm not giving any medicinal advices. But he's drunken on the magic, he must be out in the cow fields, eating off the poop. Got the psilocybins, yeah, and got a little silly in here, careful. It's not what goes in a man that defiles a man, it's what comes out of him, so. Not for entertainment, yeah, okay, yeah. There we go. People use medicinals. I'm not giving any medicinal advice in here, so. I use the cannibal lectors, like puts the lotion on the skin. No, I'm just kidding. I don't use it. Well, I like topicals. I like, tinctures and things used with cannabis, not cannibal lectors. Just kidding. Not eating the flesh and put the lotion, maybe butter. Remember, they used to marinate a man and eat him and burn him and eat his flesh. Jesus Christ, the sun god Mithra, the one Donald Trump has his house decorated with. Oh, man, I wonder what substances he's on. Probably some adrena. Chrome. Pretty sickening, huh? Yeah, how about that? It's Trumpstein Island, not Epstein Island. It's EpiPen Island, because you got to include Clintons, Bill and Hillary. Hillary, or both. And Oprah, and Ellen DeGeneres, all of them are island boys and girls, and they bring boys and girls to Trump's island. Yes, Elon and Epstein, so take that and stick that in your pipe and puff on that. He won. Did you vote, you dumbass idiot? Are you one of these people still holding on to the MAGA, the guy that decorates his house with Satan? They're going to go down the most ignorant generation ever. They were changed in the twinkling of an eye at the "Let's go Brandon" last Trump. See what I'm saying? They just lost it. It's creepy Donald Trump and creepy Joe Biden. Donald has never called Joe creepy. Called him crooked and sleepy, but you fell asleep at the wheel. Joe Biden is brilliant and became the 46th president because he's a gangster thug, and you don't become the president without having a little pull. You're just an idiot. There's nothing wrong with his cognitive ability other than obviously he can't keep his hands and nose off children, But he doesn't have anything with his sleepy. You're a dumbass. You fell asleep. You were changed in the twinkling of an eye at the last Trump. So get out of here. These people are lost in space far, space balls, warp speed, Captain Luke Picard, Nano, Shazbot. He has a 58-story tower, just as Satan did, decorates it with Satan, and that's how ignorant his supporters are. He even jumped the shark on his own supporters. Hey, you don't stop talking about these EpiPen Island files, that have been on the dark web for decades. I'm just throwing you under the bus. So, okay, whatever you say there, Drew. Oh, here we go. We got drug pushers in here. All right, get the fuck out of here, drunken piece of shit, drug-pushing motherfucking garbage piece of shit like Donald Trump, the #1 drug dealer ever on this rock. Fuck you, Drunken Donuts. The fuck out of here, you piece of shit, as they push this on our fucking kids. It didn't matter if the 58-pound little boy or girl or the 500-pound Russian bear, they all got the same fucking jab. Did you notice it was a one-size-fits-all, like a snapback hat? Velcro or something. What a bunch of idiots, man. Lost their humanity. I don't care about cursing. Fuck that. It's not my... Whatever. Go somewhere else. Hang out with somebody else. Somebody can sit there and hang out with people who want to push drugs on people. The government pushes more drugs. Do you know what that we did over there in Afghanistan? You have any idea what goes on overseas? No, you don't know shit. You just lap up all the luxuries of these freedom dumb asses here who don't even think about all the people that have been at the threat of the guns in all 1,000+ military bases in all 180 countries. So fuck you, stupid Americans. You voted for your own overlord. You don't even make your own power. So shut the fuck up. You're powerless. There's a charge control. It don't even cost that much to be empowered. But you couldn't do it. You couldn't be self-reliant or self-sufficient to save your ass. That's all you are, is an ass. You don't want to learn a damn thing. Not a damn thing! So, get away from me, you Jezebels. I hate the American, not people, the sin of the country. It's the most disgusting, filthy country ever. Now they got military in how many states, and people in America don't even give a fuck. They're going to cut the food stamps off, the supplemental for the people who, how about we look into this and see where all Donald Trump's fucking salary went? How about he'll chip in that salary and he can fucking pay for this shit? So, what a bunch of fucking idiots. What a bunch of morons in America. Bunch of fucking sleep at the wheel. Everybody's all fucking drunk on their chloridated and fluoridated water. They eat goddamn poison they've banned in how many other countries? That's what's wrong with the American public. They don't even understand in other countries. They won't even have their food be shipped into their countries because it's poison. Other countries do it too, but not like they do it in America. Literally pay for their own poisoning. The elite must just be laughing their asses off. We'll just put aisles and aisles of food-flavored corn syrup poison and boxed in bags and cans and let them buy it and spray their food with bugs and their fruit genetically gene edit, modify it with chemicals and watch them eat it. We'll just laugh our asses because it's hilarious. To sit there and watch these people. We don't even have to kill them. They're just killing their own fraudulent lobotomizing themselves. We'll put out all these religions, a bunch of fake religions. Not one good religion to walk this rock. Not one. They're all vain. They're not the word. None of them even study the word. Not like it's supposed to be studied. If you don't understand everything in that text, don't even speak a single jot. If you don't know what the word halakha or haggadah is, get out of here. You don't know who Christ is. Christ was never written in that text one single time on scrolls or tablets, or was it on paper. Not originally, that was added. He said, don't add. That's the word pervert. So get out of the way from you, pervert. I don't want to sup with this world. A bunch of perverts. Twist. That's what you're doing. Twisting in warp speed. Get it? Warping, twisting. Godspeed or warp speed? There's another 3 letters that are never written in the text. G-O-D, God. What the hell is a God? God. Didn't say God. Deities. Little g. Demonions. Demons. A demon isn't something in your head. It's a liar who lies to somebody else. Now they replaced it with the word devil. What the fuck is a devil? See, you have the understanding of that book of a fly. You don't know anything about it. So don't talk about it, because the very first people he deals with when he comes back is the Scorpizzo. The people who are adding, teaching his word falsely. Come back and sting you. I guarantee you will. Don't even add a jot. Like that's like even a dot or a tittle. That's like punctuation. You know, do you ever listen in school? He said, don't add or take away any of my book, not even the smallest of punctuation. Or don't add your own lying eyes. Don't give it your own spin. Remember, don't be perverting my word, you pervert. Every religion is perverted. You can call them, they're all perverted. Because they froer, that is the word, to twist, warp, or to pervert the word, his words. He is the word, Hokadesh. He is the word in flesh, the Hamashiach. Shiloh, the scepter shall not depart from Judah. This is what your pastor, deacon, reverend says. Do you know? They pitch some easy cotton candy cracker Jesus, some holiday. Celebrate Jesus. We're not supposed to celebrate a single day under this covenant. You got it all wrong. You got it all backwards. You might want to go back and read Ecclesiastes 7:1. We're supposed to celebrate anything. It's death. They mourn death and celebrate birth. They got it 100%, 80 degrees, 180 backwards. Satanist. I live in a world where 99% of the people who walk this rock are Satanists. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. Hang out with your Satanist friends. He said, don't sup with the vipers. Snakes in the garden. You got a snake in your boot there, Woody? Too much television. You need some animation. They already put it in your AI, right? Your lying AIs. So, go ahead. Sup with vipers. See what Father does when he returns. Through Shiloh, the word in flesh, to redeem and stand before Father, where one sin is death. AIs. They've got their AI, their alpha. Remember, he's the leader. That's what leads them. Their alpha eyes. That's their omega. Oh yeah, the beginning and the end. That'll be the end of them. It will. They'll go bis. Remember, they'll go blank, black, dark, no knowledge. They already are. It'll be like a program. Just shut off. Flatline. No birthday next year. Oops. There it is. I did it again. Oh, never mind. We just did a double remix there. And now it's time for the breakdown. Oh. Freaky, y'all. Oh, stop it. There it is. Shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka haka, hagata, halaka, laka, halaka, laka. Father's beating you right now, so you have to excuse me. He's just beating the snot out of me, as he always does. But what can I do? It's one more day closer to death. Thank you, Father, for death to self daily. We must die to flesh and be birthed from above, not again. Again is once. That's a one-stop shop Jesus. We don't do that in here. Go take your believe. I believe Jesus. You got to die and endure a grueling death serving him to be saved. And you can't get saved. Nobody's been saved. Not till the final trump sounds. Shofar, ram's horn, the last, the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Seriously, will judgments be placed on all men? The dead will raise from the ashes and the dust. Then you will be saved because you already bought. You can't be saved until Christ comes back. The scepter shall not depart from Judah till Shiloh returns. Why do religious do this to people? Because it waters you down. This is the milk, not watered down. This is the meat. That's why it's HD fat. HD fat was the best part of the meat. Fat was where it was at. It was, if you know the scripture, that's where it was at. They call the fat the best part. You ever have a chuck steak? Chuck eye? So the eye, the round, chuck eye, that's the best part of the whole cow. I know. I sold meat for over 10 years. I'm giving you the meat right now. I don't eat pork, not that kind of. I'm giving you the beef. Well, where's the beef? It's between Wendy's buns. How about that? So we don't cut corners here, right? So you guys remember that commercial? We just got to go there for a minute. I feel like I need to pull on the reins there a little bit. Those two pigtails or whatever. Whoa, Tonto. All right. Never mind. It's mind over matter. I don't mind. And it don't matter. No, it don't matter. So it's a matter of time and place and space. So we've figured out that we live in a time where all normality, reality, and humanity has been lost. Humanity has gone insanity. Well, with their Christianity or their isms, Calvinism, Mormonism, Catholicism, the worst of them all. And remember, the Christians, they followed too, the insanity, Christianity and the isms. We got a lot of weird things going on in this place, huh? In space and time. People think they're spinning on a ball at 1,040 miles an hour. Can you tell me where it says that in the scripture? So I just don't understand, right? No, and they understand. They've been held down and pressed like they can't use their own. They've been frontal lobotomized. Lobotomy. Sodomite or lobotomites? Ooh, I got it from the front and rear, don't they? Ooh. Not good. See? Don't sup with people who are... well, show them to the narrow way. Show them to the light. Maybe they'll put some light up their dark place. And they'll pull their head out of their... he rode in on a mule, remember, a donkey or an ass. So they might see the light. Or maybe they're just blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. So I don't know. Some people remember... some people are just the few that are chosen. Most everybody else is just whacked out in their mind, like Donald Warp Speed said that they're wackos, and he dumped shit on all the protesters. So with his halo ring around his head and his kings, it's crazy how far into this show we are. So what I'm seeing here in the current state of this corporation, former union, is that they may take and cut the cut these stamps, guys. Actually starting to think they're going to do it. They're going to say, all right, we're going to have a stamp act, tax act, like Canada, you know, whatever. They're changing the system. It's about changing everybody over to the new system. You know, warp speed is bringing in the destruction. If you look, I already called this. This is the man that's going to bring in the destruction of the system, because he's had more bankruptcies and still a billionaire, billionaire than more than anybody on this rock. He would be the person to come in and collapse the system and bring the system back up. He is the candidate. Their Manchurian, or well, no, that's you. He is their king of Israel. He is their Gentile Messiah. So they love him. You know, it's not you that loves him. I know that, but it's the world that revels after this man who is paints his face with cake makeup, like stage. On the world stage. Pancake. It's called pancake when acting. If you've ever been in acting, that's what it's. You ladies put on makeup, so you know what I'm saying about pancake. But stage makeup is has a thicker, because you're under those hot, heavy lights all the time. Those, you know, that just regular makeup that you would buy doesn't last. Like it wouldn't last under the heat of it's stage, but it's a pancake makeup that holds, and he puts that orange Cheetophile face on, so he can look like the sun god, Apollyon, Mithra. And I don't know anybody who gets that. He decorates his house with the Cheetophile. You know, he decorates, you know, like a taco. It's like a Dorito taco. He bends one way, peace and safety. Now I think somebody's not nominating him for the Peace Prize again. That's what I've heard. You know, so as he just commits more atrocities and steals more, you know, more of the people's money. So let's look at this. So you know what I'm talking about then, Sabrina. That's a different kind of makeup you put on when you go on stage, because you're under those the hot lights of the, you know. And so I don't see why people can't say. I mean, if I was a woman, I'm like, dude, who does this guy's makeup? He's got the #1 makeup artist on this rock. Why does he have a makeup line? You know, why is it orange and then white and then white and then orange, and it's like a sun. Hi, I'm Apollyon. I'm the sun god. It's kind of like the Teletubbies sun, huh? Oh my God. I just went there. I just went Teletubbies. Dude, I need hung for that one. Dude, I straight went Teletubbies. That was wrong, dude. Did you see the Teletubbies sun there for a second? I actually made something to eat. Let's think about heating up this chicken and dumplings, and maybe throwing some eggs in it or something, back at it or something. Give it a little more and heat it up so I don't waste it. So I just have too many. I've run into a big problem, guys. I really wanted to go into town. When I went into town and get that veteran tag off my car, I feel even with the apostacies and the atrocities that the National Guard and even these, you know, now have military on the streets, that I have a veteran tag on my vehicle and I could be targeted for that. I don't want it on my vehicle anymore. And I want to change that when I go to town on Monday. I have an appointment to get the 4Runner fixed. God, I hope I have enough money to get it taken care of. But I was hoping, I guess I just spent all that money at the hospital. I didn't realize how much I'd spent trying to deal with whatever was Tango, you know, what's going on with him. But God, I'm hoping I can sell something here today or before tomorrow. Somebody will buy something off the internet for me, which is not looking good. I wanted to do that, and maybe I'll do it, you know, before I go. But I think I need to, I really want to do that. I'm hoping. I have some change here or something. I don't know. I have some of that change thing. I think maybe that's like $40 or something, $30. Maybe not. Here's, it's not that much there. Maybe there's $20 or something. I don't know. I want to change at least right now. I mean, maybe I don't have to do my license, my driver's license, but I at least want to change my tags over. I don't want those plates on my vehicle. It feels as if I could be targeted by having that veteran tag on there. Especially with the state of this current, country right now. So I don't know how much it is because I have to turn, I still have until I think I have less than a year. Well, no, I have until tomorrow. So, but I have to do that. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to bring a damn piece of paper and a pencil and beg for money if I have to get those plates before I leave Bend, Oregon. I don't care. I don't mean to go there, and I'm not like that, but I don't want to go to town tomorrow and not leave without at least plates on my vehicle. Hopefully get my vehicle fixed because I want to go. I want to go. So, I'm not too proud. You see what I'm saying, Sabrina? Maybe you know what I'll do? I'll take those pieces of silver that I have and I'll take them over to the silver shop and I'll sell them, even though I don't want to. That's what I'll do. I'll sell those. I'll sell a little bit of silver that I have, which would probably be a very unwise move because the silver's about to make a moonshot right now. But it is what it is, and that'll give me what I need, so I won't have to go there and make up a sign. So whatever I have, a little bit, not much, but I've sold and never sold it before, but so yeah, it's not right now, so I'll probably only get about 47 or $8 or something is probably what they'll give me for it. But a couple of those, maybe 2 or 3 pieces, because I have 3 or 4 there that I teach with or whatever, and that'll get it taken care of for now. At least I don't have that plate on there. I mean, they'll have to pull me over and see my license if they want to target me, and I don't even want that, because that way if I got detained or something like that or anything like that and they saw that veteran on my license, they can do the same fucking thing to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. You know what I'm saying? Father will do whatever, whatever. It's so crazy that I have all this abundance and I can't sell anything, There's so many things that I could sell. So it won't sell. Nothing will sell for me on the internet. So I keep running into this problem, but it is what it is. I'll just have to deal with. But I don't want to leave Bend. I might have to bring my silver to take it down to the shop just to get the vehicle fixed too. I don't even know that. So I might not get my plates. So hopefully I just want to change them over. So hopefully it won't be more than $100 maybe or something like that, because I have to do a changeover of the registration. The new registration has to show that new plate number. So I have to get a different registration. So it's not just plates. You know what I'm saying? It's more than it's the plates and the registration. If I was just getting a new plate, like a lost plate or something like that, it'd be different. It's not that much. It's like $60, I think, something like that for a new plate. But I'm changing the tag over to a new number, which means my registration all has to be changed over too. So never easy, right? The whole way it works, but I got to do it. So I'm thinking to be about $100, right around $100. So, well, I don't even care about the registration. I'd roll around without plates if I didn't have if this shit wasn't going on with my son. I'd drive around with no fucking plates and tell him to lick my fucking balls. Stupid cop suckers. Fucking your mom's a blowfish, you fucking fat fuck. Get away from me, you fucking pig. You got the Dunlap's disease. Looks like your fucking fat pig belts. The Dunlap's is coming over your belt, you fat pig. I bet you if I got out of this car and ran, you couldn't even chase me down. You'd probably shoot me because you couldn't even catch up with me, you fat fuck. So Apologize, remember, that's how I talk to pigs. So, and if I wasn't going through this stuff, that's how I talk to pigs, because that's how they should be talked to. They're tyrants. So you guys think not, but then you're pig lickers, and I'm not a pig licker, and I'm not a boot licker. So I don't like cops. They're fucking tyrants. So they're extortionists, and they're road raiders, and they're road pirates. So until they return this to a constitutional republic in gold and silver, y'all can fuck off, go somewhere else, and take your pig licking ass somewhere else. I don't eat pork. Oh, I love you, brothers and sisters. I apologize. I just don't like pigs. They're fucking criminals. They shot my son with his hands in the air. How am I ever to like pigs? They grenaded me when all I was asking if my son was okay. Oh, I'm just supposed to be okay with pigs fucking shooting my son and just be okay with that? And then they can't even take a report of his dead body? Missing body? Fuck the police, dude. Fuck everybody who supports the police. You bunch of fucking pig lickers. Government fucking lickers. Government, pig, P-I-G, pig, government, people in government, persons in government. What do you think pigs are? Hello. No, I didn't see it. Well, that's what he meant. Yeah, he said stand up against the government, you idiots. Stand up against the perverted law. Are you telling me this is constitutional law being performed in America? No, it's not. Get your head out of your ass. You got a lot of growing up to do when it comes to knowing the Constitution. Learn the difference between the Constitution and a corporation. Because it used to be a constitutional republic. Now it's a corporation. So, until you want to talk some reality and go back to your nonsense, I don't want to talk to anybody. Honestly, I live in a fucking country where they don't even care about their own citizens being extorted by their own government. The fucking government just keeps getting richer and richer, and now they're taking all the poorest people's money. Fuck this government and anybody who supports this shit. What garbage. What kind of person would sit there and support the people who... I know people abuse the system, but there are still people who need money that are going to be cut off all this money now. Not like they're being the selective. No, they're not. Oh, no, this one's going down. You are sadly mistaken. More millionaires in Congress than there are in the population. Why is that? Would you like to answer to that, Congress? No, they don't answer to shit. They never have to answer for anything. Remember all that stuff that Trumpstein Islands buddy with his EGOT, his Doge, found all those people who were stealing all that money from, Social Security. Nobody went to jail, did they? We didn't see anybody go to jail. Same thing. And when it comes to pedos and politicians and police, the documents end up missing. Like the body cams don't turn on. Or they redact what's in the body cam. Criminals, guys. Absolute criminals. Operating under commerce for the corporation America. You've been sold out by your own government. By the banksters, actually. It's not a government, it's a bank. They sell your bond and your labor on the stock exchange. New York, like in Manhattan, where they have their towers. Mr. Abadano John. Abadano John. Oh, man. I'm so ready to go. cheese on that and call it good. So do you think they'll be cutting off this supplemental nutrition assistance program to the people in this country? It'd be the greatest time to do it if you wanted to have the mass effect. You know? People are so used to doing their turkey day and their holidays or their, you know, that's going to have a mass effect on the businesses too, brothers and sisters, that are small businesses. I don't know why nobody's keeping that and taking that into accountability, that the middle class businesses probably be destroyed. And I bet you the government comes in and protects the Target, the Walmart, the Piggly Wiggly, all their big box chain stores. I bet you they'll put the National Guard out. I'll go ahead and call that right now and see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Because they'll protect the corporation and they will protect the businesses, just like it was the businesses that ran that whole damn COVID deal too. The small businesses had to close down, but the big businesses got to stay open. Oh, the blockchain, you know, well, no, blockchain, the brick and mortar block and brick and mortar buildings stay open, remember? But all the small business had to shutter their doors. What a shit show this fucking country is, man. For nobody even to say a damn thing about it, man. I am just beside myself at how little people even give a fuck about their own citizens and what goes on. As long as they got their Netflix subscription or their internet on, they don't care. They just don't give a hoot. They don't give a fuck. Monica. Hey, salsa left. And that spicy jalapeno salsa. Do you have any salsa? Salsa. Oh yeah. Got some salsa right there, boys. Get some hot salsa. Feel like something spicy. Spicy something. I bet y'all need more. I'll want more spicy. I don't want the Tabasco style. I want that. Sure do.
put some salsa on there because I want some salsa. So some jalapeno salsa on there, some eggs. And we just got a mash here, but it'll be good. Thank you, Father, for substance. People are starving in this country, and I have a whole plate of food. Oh, man. That salsa on there, so good. So I think they may go ahead and pull the trigger on this SNAP thing, and as they keep funding all these people on the streets and paying them ungodly amounts of bonuses to kidnap their own citizens, they take from the poorest people in the country, and the rich get richer and the wealth gap keeps growing. So, you know, I'd be ready for both. That's what I try to prepare for. Don't make any plans. God will wreck them. Prepare for both. Prepare for them to cut it off, and prepare to feed hungry people, man. Are you ready to feed hungry people right now? Do you have enough food to help people out? I mean, here is the time I've been telling you guys about. I said there's a time that's going to come. You're going to be able to help people in the future. Get ready now. Go buy toilet paper before they close the stores down or they sell out. You don't go buy toilet paper when the store is closed, or groceries when it's closed. You buy it when it's open. So it's coming. It's coming. You know, they're already inflating the price so much it's hard to keep, you know, just food on the table for most people. You know what I'm saying? So America needs fasting, not food. No, America still needs substance, but America needs to fast from this beast system and stop relying on the beast, you know, and grow their own damn food. On the supplemental nutrition or assistance program, I have learned that you can buy, again, seeds where you could have grown your own food and then grown more food with that food. Or fruit trees. You can buy fruit trees. So they give people, you know, a source to try to help themselves, but a lot of people won't try to help themselves at all. So there are still people who need help. We should never cut those people off. That's bullshit. This government's fucking tyrannical and should be seized. The House, Congress, Senate, all of them should be locked in prison immediately. You don't take from the people who have the fuckest poorest, like they did the COVID, and pay the richest. That's what they just basically still doing here today. So America is an apostate nation where we spend over $1 trillion every fucking year on our military budget. There's the problem that's solved in our country with, you know, homelessness and food and 1,000 military bases. We're fucking with everybody else all around the world, policing everybody. We got poor people in our own fucking country. The problem is the government. The problem is the people who lick the government's boot. A bunch of pig-licking piece of shit Americans who don't give a fucking have no humanity whatsoever. None. Zero. So, that being said, we should look into why are there more millionaires in Congress than there are in the populace? Any one of these philanthropists, you know, Kill Bill White Gates, he could solve this problem overnight. Where did all fucking Trump's salary go? Let's put all that money into this program. Where did all his salary go for his first administration? Where'd that money go? Who fucking spent it? It should be sitting there. Let's use it for the people who need it most in this country. And the whole thing's a setup. And I'm not trying to change a fucking thing, because watch these dumb motherfuckers go break into their middle-class businesses. Once again, the backbone of this country, and the National Guard protect the goddamn corporation. So I'm calling that right now. If these food riots, remember you heard that here. I've been talking about that for 12 fucking years on this channel. So it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about on this platform. I said 12 years ago on America Ever After that America will not stand up until America is starving. And they just had, what, a 2 million man march or whatever, supposedly, where a lot of people I found out got paid. None of them were starving. That'd have been a whole different animal if all those people showed up starving, wouldn't it? So pull your head out of your ass. These people are going to break into their middle class business, shut all these businesses down. It's going to give them a reason to bring fucking military on every single fucking, and not let you go into the grocery stores anymore. And they already have all the curbside service ready to go. You're not going to go in and pick up your fucking tomatoes anymore. They're going to take them out to your car. And if you got one bad tomato, you're going to live with it. Do you understand? Don't bitch or you won't get any. Or we'll dink you 2 tomatoes from your allotted 6 for the month. Oh, that's not going to happen. Get the fuck out of here. Get away from me. It's called capital controls. They're already putting this shit into play. They did this during the 70s. You have no idea what's going on. So this is happening. This is war. This is what war looks like. Pull your head out of your ass. This is war. Full blown. Past your ankles, past your knees, past your hips. You're about waist deep in war. You're just so fucking blind right now. This is a World War II. So I don't give a fuck which country you are in. I don't want to hear your sorry ass excuses. I'm not biased. I want to go to every country, all 180, and share the gospel to everybody. So you ain't no different to me. You lick your government's boot there, you're a pig licker just like they are here in America. But the worst pig lickers are here. Because this is supposed to be some free nation when everybody's enslaved by debt in an open air prison. Debt slaves. Look at these people's fucking wealth grow. All these politicians, you have literally fucking dinosaurs that have been there for 40 plus years. No term limits. These people are literally just hooked up to this shit like an IV drip. So fuck anybody who doesn't have humanity in this situation. And they're not asking themselves, what did Christ do? WDCD, what did he do? And what would he do in this situation? What would Christ do? I don't care about politics. I don't care about fucking Donald or fucking Joe or none of these clowns. What would Christ do? Ask yourself right now. Fuck all this country too. The flag, red, white, and blue. Fuck all that. What would Christ do? Would he be allowing to fund fucking war in other countries? Funding, send all our money to other countries and people die in our own country? Fuck no, he wouldn't. And you're not standing up to it, so you're a bootlicker. Get the fuck off this platform. Not this. Do whatever. Go mess with somebody else. You have lost all your fucking humanity. Kicking out some of the best people in this country, the fucking immigrants. You know that? Fuck you, stupid Americans. Some of the best people in this country are the people who've been here for decades. I don't care if they got a piece of paper. Fuck you. Get out of here. They've been producing, labor, and it's not, I'm not saying contributing for this system. It's not, but you want to fucking throw them out? Some of the best people in this country ever were migrants that have been here for now decades without a fucking piece of paper, who kept their nose down and contributed to the system and paid taxes the fucking day they got here. Have been paying taxes for 15, 20 years. You want to kick them out here? Go fuck yourself. You've lost all humanity. I would never want to be around somebody like that. Ever. If you're one of those people, you can unsubscribe to this channel. So if this happens, this is going to be a big game changer. You know, it can happen real quickly. People get hungry in a matter of like a day. If they've never missed a meal in their life, and think about all the people who came here on foot for years, who missed a bunch of meals to get here. You weak-ass Americans, rent's coming due, so you know. You're going to have to fucking pay up. You've been living here rent-free for too fucking long, so you know. Nobody owns this bitch. Father owns the land. How can anybody own land? Like all the whole world's like, how much in debt? Quadrillions of dollars or whatever. Who the fuck do we owe that money to? Do you realize there's enough resources on this rock that none of us should have to pay for a fucking thing? If it was distributed the way it was meant to be delivered to the people, there's an abundance, there's a bounty of plenty of food and shelter for everybody. You know, 10%, of the populace, lives 100 miles away from the coastline. 90% lives right up near the ocean because of the supply chain. So you all live right up near the fucking ocean in the coastline, but there's plenty of room for all of us. Plenty of land. There's no overpopulation. That's bullshit. You've been sold a lie. They've been whacking people since the COVID, long before that, with our food and hell no. Hell no. So I've been trying to tell you people, this war has been on for you long before they ever dropped any bombs. They've been chemically taking and changing your food and poisoning you. This is all supply chain shortages are created, brothers. It's called the just-in-time delivery system. They don't even have shit at the fucking Walmart. Remember that? They used to have big piles of shit in the back. They don't do none of that no more. That's all 10 years ago or something, Everything is sold to them on credit. Very little, because it sells out fast enough that they don't actually buy it from the distributor. It's just an open credit type of system. So the minute that supply chain shuts down, there'll be no food at the stores. It's called the just-in-time delivery system. You're fucked. You ever seen when they have like a water thing, water main breaks in a town or something, all the food gets emptied out fast. You know what I'm saying? It empties out fast. Yeah, this is a good time to fucking help somebody. Don't be a prick, dumb fucking American. Try to help people in this situation. They're going to cut it off to the most people who need the fuck help. And if people have been abusing the program, so what? You know what? The low fruit, hanging fruit's going to go either way in this situation. I know that. I'm not saying so well, but that's just going to happen. There's always going to be bad apples, brothers, sisters. That's why I hate fucking white niggers, black niggers, brown niggers, red niggers, and yellow niggers. I hate them all. The sin they commit. And blue niggers, white niggers that hold their breath, I guess, right? Maybe orange, like the orange nigger in chief, the Cheetophile. But anyways, I don't like the attitude, okay? Like this entitlement. We aren't owed anything. If we were doing this properly, we should have abundance for everybody. And I'm not talking about some communism, socialism. I'm talking about doing it, cooperating with being symbiotic and with the land, working with the land. Don't just sit there and beat the land up, but that's not what we do. So everybody's got it coming. You reap what you sow. So I think that if people would be more human and have humanity and ask themselves what Christ would do, this is your time to shine. This is your time to feed others, feed the foolish virgins, and maybe bring them out of their stupor, and they'll realize the mistakes they were making by not, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. That's what we're doing. We're literally just destroying our surroundings. We are the cancer of this rock. If you got rid of every stinking, worldly being, not the animals, human beings, how long do you think before the high-rise buildings be overflowing with wild animals, all the lakes to be filled up again? But you got to get every one of us out of here. How long? How long? See, I already knew that if they could get us, could teach the people this same thing, what I'm teaching now, they could trick the people, telling the people that the people are the cancer, and the robots would figure it out and get rid of the people. That's what they're about to do. It's called Project Blue Book, not Operation Blue Beam. It's called Project Blue Book. They'll use their directed energy, but this has been going on, and they've been planning this with their, government flying objects, GFOs. You can go fuck off if you think that there's some kind of unidentified object up there. This is all identified. It's the government technology they've been restraining that's been around for thousands. Tartaria, Antiquitech, millions of years. But people are just too programmed like a virus to figure it out because they can't figure out anything other than what they've been televised to their eyes and their ears. They beat them like a mantra or a chant, and they beat it in their eardrum until they... Wow. Got a power spike. Not getting much sun today. I'm thinking the sun's right between the two panels right now. Behind this, if people would pay attention, this is a chance for you to, not by chance, but this is the opportunity to help other people. So people in America won't act like that because there's no two United States. Hell no, there's not. There's no unity in this country. There is no unity in America. Community, no, I doubt it. There's two United States. No, there's not. These are the divided corporate, working slave states in their open air prison, enslaved by debt by their government, and it's been going on since the 1800s. So this isn't new news, might want to get with the news, north, east, west, and south. You're not on a ball. If you think you're on a ball, you got to go, and I don't hang out with people who play with their balls and think they live on a ball. You've been frontal lobotomized. So, they've enslaved this nation by debt and by going out and pounding every other nation for over 50 years, making them pay for the murder dollar, the oil murder dollar. It's called the murder dollar, and forcing everybody. So, but that doesn't mean that you can't go, oh, wow, I'm in a system that's fucking horrible, and I'm not going to try to be that horrible person. And if I can't leave and I got to stay here until I can get a plan, I'm going to try to help the people that are fucking here. God's flesh is in all 180 countries. All of them, a little bit. So there's just a little bit in America too. Not many in anywhere. There's just a little bit of everybody this time. So there's still good people in America, even though the country is by far the worst country ever. I'm a military veteran. I know what the fuck I did. I know what the hell we do. You don't see it on TV. You see shock and awe. You don't see U.S. soldiers raping fucking, Iraqi women and fucking children and all the things that go on when we co-opt everything, when we go to every other country, we take over all 180 countries with 1,000+ military bases. We're really good at doing that. And you'll do what we say or we'll come fuck you up. And that's what, look at what they're doing in Venezuela right now. You think that's about cartel? You're an idiot. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. Venezuela is about oil. It's about fucking oil. And Canada, it's about the fucking paper resources and the oil. Greenland, strategically. Gaza, that's about the oil fucking off of Gaza. You know how much untapped oil is off of Gaza? They want to take over this oil so nobody can tap into it so they can bring in their new system. They want control of the oil because the oil thing is done. They're bringing in the new system. Free technology, free energy. Yeah. Gravitic technology or perpetual polarity or anti-polarity or ether technology. This is all technology, frequency wave, millimeter wave. They can use megalithic, or remove megalithic structures with sound. They don't need fucking either compression nor do they need, combustion. They can use frequency wave sounds to move fucking whole buildings. Negate the polarity, and you'll lift the whole goddamn fucking building off the ground. But no, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about going over and Saddam Hussein's got weapons of mass destruction, and we're gonna go over there and fuck up Gaddafi. You people are sleeping at the wheel. You have no idea what our military does. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I said, brothers and sisters, that that one time that this country wasn't a blessed nation. This was a constitutional republic with the House, Congress, and a Senate, through judicial, legislative, and executive branches, which never been done before ever in history. There's always been serfdom, and there's always been, this is not a democracy. Who was that said that? This is not, democracy is a two-party. This isn't a two-party system. This is supposed to have a House, a Congress, and a Senate. Elections, voting is part of the constitutional republic, the democratic process, but we are not a demonocracy or a democracy. That is mob rule. That means 49 to 51. We only paid these three schmucks off and we got it back in our favor. We'll just volley it right back over here with a little money. It's a corrupt system. It's called mob rule. And that's what people are used to. Well, 51% of the people voted that you have to, shave half your head and wear a pink fucking tutu. Here's a razor and a tutu. Shut the fuck up, 49%. You don't have a voice anymore. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? 49% of the people don't have a voice? That's not how this constitutional republic ever worked, brothers and sisters. And these people have just lost their idea of how this whole thing was set up. It's not a two-party system. That's not how it works. If it's not adjudicated through the House or judicial process, through the legislative and executive branches, the House, Congress, and Senate, it is repugnant, and we are not even supposed to be following any of this shit. So you're a fucking pig licker piece of shit if you follow this crap. And you know it. If you don't, well, get with the fucking news. This is what they've been doing to us since the 1800s. They took us off the bimetallic standard where gold and silver competed against each other. They couldn't control both, so they put us on what was known as the Bretton Woods gold standard. And they've been fucking robbing us ever since with their central banksters. You give a man a gun and he'll rob a bank. You give a man a bank and he'll rob the world. JP, Rockefellers, Gates, Trumps, Rothschilds, all of them. They're all in on it. They're a bunch of banksters. This is what this is. This is a corporation. It's open for business. It's a bank. They move the debt of the people through their labor as a bond or a treasury and go start wars so they can keep the cycle going. War doesn't decide who's right. It decides who's left. So they just got to keep the cycle going like we've been at a perpetual war since our inception. We're the war machine. People have just been too pride and blinded by America to lap up all the 40% of the world's resources, 3% of the populace. The tax dollars go to kill people in Ukraine, to pay fucking veterans like me to go commit atrocities so that people in America can fucking lap up the luxuries and have Netflix and go to their Starbucks and their, Piggly Wiggly or the Kroger or the Walmart or whatever, and they don't have to worry about bombs falling in their backyards decades after decades. All the taxes go to all these fucking ordinances they blow up. The war machine. War is profitable. They sell you bullets and Band-Aids, bandages and bombs. Well, they're not selling you those. They're selling you bullets and Band-Aids. They're selling them bondages, bombs, So our money, your dollar that you pay for gas is not going, that's going towards road tax. Your federal taxes go to fund to kill Ukrainians. Israelis and Iranians, Yemenis, the Lebanese, all these other countries. I told you we have 1,000 military bases in 180 countries. Gee, I wonder where all the fucking money's going. We're policing everybody. And now they're policing the people in America for being too poor. Get the fuck in a box. Listen here. You're too fucking poor by executive order. Like Amazon, they just put you in a box. They don't give a fuck. They got these guys on the street just failing the right of due process. Do you know that you don't have to have citizenship in this country to have rights under the Constitution? You have the right of due process. You have the right under the Fourth Amendment to be secure in your person, papers, housings, and effects. You don't have to have citizenship. If you make it on this side of these fucking walls, you dumb fucking Americans, they don't have to have citizenship under the right of due process, the right to Fifth Amendment, the right to, they're going to cost your body. They have to have show cause and a warrant. I don't care if you have citizenship or not. This is called the right of due process. And they're failing that. And these people have fucking forgotten these fucking kingpin fucking J6ers and Proud Boys and all these people who are just hungry for fucking money that are a bunch of prison guards out there where they have a guaranteed occupancy of 80% on all our private prisons in America for they were fucking built like Jeff Bezos. They just put you in a fucking box and ship you out. Just like these fucking prison guards, they don't give a fuck. They just put you in the box, brothers and sisters. They don't give a fuck. And a bunch of J6ers. These people are forgetting that they are absolutely violating people's right of due process. Do you know if you kidnap somebody, that is a life sentence if you are armed. If you're armed, see, this is about what this goddamn fucking state of Oregon is about to face with what they did to my son and daughter because they kidnapped my daughter without a warrant. And even if they're alive or dead now, I will hold them accountable for exactly what they just did to my son and daughter. Literally came in and grenaded my son and fucking daughter while they were sleeping. Then grenade me in the goddamn face and shoot this fucking place up. Fuck my animals up. I just lost my dog the other day. Was it because he was fucking tear gassed in here? 5 fucking tear gas canisters. They failed my fucking right of due process. So I will sue the living fuck out of the state of Oregon. And I will hold everybody because they kidnapped my daughter without a warrant. And they were armed. So that goes from a 10-year fucking sentences because they have what is called sentences for all of them. You have qualified immunity, which does not allow you to be sued, but does not fucking hold you from criminal liability. So all these stupid motherfuckers are out there doing right now are violating the American right of due process. And they will be held accountable. Everyone is performing kidnapping, and they will continue probably to do this until either this comes forward or this is what the exact law says. That if you are armed, and you're out there, you know, like I said, on the street, and you violate somebody's right of due process, that's a 10-year fucking prison sentence. If you kidnap somebody while armed, that's what the cops did to my fucking daughter. That's a life fucking sentence. Look it up. I'm not wrong. I can't leave the country, you dumb motherfucker. Listen to this, Jaden. Jaden, I can't leave. I have a court date. Listen to you, dumb motherfucker. Uses a billionaire's website daily. Okay, whatever, you dumb motherfucker, Jaden. Jaden, speak up. Can I leave the country right now, you dumb motherfucker? You seem to know so much about my case. Can I leave the fucking country right now, you stupid, dumb fucking American? Can I leave the goddamn country right now, you dumb motherfucker? Can I legally leave the country, you piece of shit fucking American? They shot my fucking son and daughter, you dog shit piece of fucking motherfucking shit. Do you realize I cannot report my son or daughter murdered, you piece of shit, or missing? You seem to know so much about this. Why don't you speak up about that, you fucking pile of shit? Jaden, speak up. Speak the fuck up. So, Jaden, can I leave the country? Can I fucking leave the country right now? See, you're a stupid motherfucker who speaks up. You seem to speak about the case, but you don't even fucking, you're not even speaking any goddamn truth. Can I leave the country legally right now, you dumb motherfucker? Because it's going to show that you're just a lying piece of shit fucking demon. Can I leave the country, you piece of shit? You are, you're dog shit coming in here lying. Look at this piece of shit. This is an American, brother, sister, who's going to talk some shit, but can't even answer a simple fucking question. Frontal lobotomized by his goddamn fucking diet. Doesn't make his own goddamn power. A powerless motherfucker to come in here, but going to sit here and come lie through his fucking teeth saying I can leave the country. So that's the last time I'm asking you, stupid piece of shit. Do you realize, Jade, I'm going to make a fucking example out of you. You have an IP address, and I ain't going to fuck with you, but you're the stupid motherfucker that I'm going to show everybody when you're out of here, that your ass could be fucking taken to the woods right now, and not because waterboarding is illegal and booze board your ass, just pour a bunch of wine over your ass, because winos ain't afraid of nothing but running out of wine. Bitchin', so tell everybody, can I leave the country, yes or no? Answer my question, you dumb motherfucker. You're going to speak up on my case? You realize I can't report my son and daughter fucking murdered by the state police who fucking shot him, you piece of shit. You're going to speak up about my goddamn case? Speak up, you piece of shit. Can I leave the country, yes or no, legally? Answer yes or no and get the fucking silence, this piece of shit. Because we're going to go back over this. You're going to learn to keep your fucking mouth shut because you could be taken right off the streets by 5 guys in a fucking van with limo tint. Your IP address is easy to fucking get right now, Jaden, you piece of shit. I'm not threatening you with that. I'm just showing you how stupid the fuck you are. So open up your mouth in this country right now, how dangerous this is. And you continue to flap your fucking gums. Beat them. So I'll tell you what, you're going to beat your fucking, take your 2 feet and kick them the fucking rocks until you pound sand and take them and pound on out of here. Or answer my question, you piece of shit. Can I leave the fucking country right now legally? Yes or no? And if when, yes. And if no, why? Or get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit. Okay, see? This is a liar. I can't legally leave the country. Go fuck yourself, Jaden. You're a dog shit piece of motherfucker. You care about people in this country. I'm a goddamn veteran who served this fucking country with an honorable discharge, and you're going to treat a veteran like me like you just did. Go fuck yourself, Jaden. You're the problem with this country. Silence this piece of shit. Go fuck yourself, Jaden. I can't even report my son or daughter murdered, and you're going to sit there and tell me I can leave the fucking country. You're a pile of shit because you're a lying fuck. I can't leave. I have a court date on December 2nd, you dumb motherfucker. So I can't leave. I have a court date. You're a fucking idiot. You're going to call me my brother. You ain't my brother, you dumb motherfucker. Nobody will stop you driving to Mexico. Look at this. Okay? Look at this. Look at this dumb motherfucker right here. He's going to tell me to leave and go get a warrant issued for my arrest when I can't leave the fucking country, and now he's telling me to leave. He's trying to get me in trouble. You see what kind of piece of shit Jaden is? What a piece of fucking shit. I'm doing this so that I can fucking leave and come back. Here, leave and come back. So I can leave and actually come back. Do it legally, because I can't leave legally. See what a piece of shit this motherfucker is? Come in and talk about the whole case. Don't call me a sir and don't call me your brother. You are a piece of dog shit American. I fucking rebuke your dumb ass. You don't give a fuck about me. I'll tell you what, I need some fucking money. Let me just grift the fuck out of you since you didn't say that. Put some money in my goddamn cash out account. Unsilence this piece of shit right now. Let's see if he's got any money. We'll drain his broke ass. See if he's got any money. Come back in here, Jaden. Put money in my Cash App or my fucking PayPal right now, because I need to go over the border and take these goddamn if you listen here, I need to take my veterans. Oh, now he's begging. Now you're going to say something because you're a broke dick motherfucker. Broke dick motherfucker. See? Yeah, you can run your mouth and you can add that, but you can't add any value. I have a real fucking need. I need to leave this country so I don't get shot for having a veteran fucking tag on my car. But you won't talk about that. You'll only talk about begging because you're a broke dick fucking troll is all you are. You're one fucking paycheck away from being in the streets, you piece of shit. You hear what I'm telling you? They're lock your ass up because I don't hear my fucking Cash App jinging at all. You're a broke dick motherfucker is what you are. Don't call me your brother or sir. You're a fucking idiot. You're a goddamn troll. You know you've been watching me for a while. You're making notes because that's why you put brother in quotes. And sir, you know exactly what the fuck I say. So you're not ignorant. You're not fucking ignorant at all. I know that you're wise enough to see you should know enough about the case. You're just coming in here to try to fucking troll me to try to get me to fucking leave here. Okay? No, I said I'm not doing it until I can legally fucking leave. Then you come in here, you can legally leave. Now I'm going to tell you, put your fucking money where your mouth is. So you dumb motherfucker, is one fucking paycheck away. I bet you ain't even got enough money that the next time that they pull one of these things, your ass is going to get locked up in a concentration camp because you're poor as fuck. So I put $300 in my fucking Cash App right now or shut your fucking mouth. Anybody who wants support, I don't want his dirty ass money. Point out Jaden, broke ass fucking troll, come in here, lie to your fucking face that I can leave the fucking country. And I'm not leaving because I want to be able to leave legally and be able to come back. So Jaden is a piece of shit, broke ass motherfucker that anybody could troll his ass, find his IP address and go kidnap his ass and fucking, not booze board him, right? No, can't water, so we'll pour wine over his fucking face, okay? I'm not saying I would, but he's a broke ass troll with no fucking money. And they're kidnapping people in this country right now for being poor. Notice he said he owns his fucking land. Yeah, I've been trying to get people to come here. I've been trying to give away shit, all my time to other people and buildings. So I don't feel at all bad for grifting this piece of shit. Okay, you stream on a billionaire's website, but you don't have no fucking money, you broke dick troll. So Justin, you're still a piece of shit liar. You're a fucking demon. You're pointing out that I'm taking this B system and I'm turning it on its head, you dumbass. You don't even understand what the fuck you're saying. So take your broke dick ass, either put $300 in there, and every time you speak now, it's going to cost you 300 fucking bucks, or get this dumbass out of here. This is a liar. Straight up came and lied to your fucking face and is trying to go get me in trouble to leave without doing it legally. And I don't want to. I do want to leave. But I fight that every fucking day. So what a broke dick fucking piece of shit come in here and try to poke at me. This person's obviously been watching enough to put brother and sir and know enough about the fucking case that they've been watching this channel enough, right? To come back here and they probably had all this written down and all together. So but they didn't have a single fucking dime to contribute. Fuck you. I just had to put my goddamn dog down. because I believe that maybe he got fucking, the tear gas didn't help him, and that Marshall took him for fucking months and he came back in deplorable condition. You had anything in that might have to do with his earlier death than maybe it needed to be? Do you know how it cost me fucking $300 to get x-rays? Each fucking x-ray. Morphine. They had to puncture his fucking stomach because his stomach was turned over. But I didn't have $11,000 because I had to give it to an attorney who's supposed to be fucking looking for my son and helping me out, but he didn't. And he hasn't. And I have court date in like 20 fucking 8 days, and I don't even know how long I'd be facing. And they already dropped my daughter's case because they kidnapped her. And said she was interfering with a peace officer and hindering prosecution by telling my son not to stop. She didn't even say that, but if she did, they dropped her charges. That's the exact thing they're charging me with. They dropped her charges in September. October? That's been more than fucking 13 fucking months ago. They dropped hers for the same exact charges they have against me. So fuck Jaden, what piece of shit, broke dick fucking Bob. I just fucking spent every penny I had. Now I don't even know if I have enough money to fix my own goddamn vehicle to leave. Because I had to take care of my dog. If I had the money and didn't pay to the fucking attorney, I'd have enough money in my fucking account. If I didn't put $47,000 towards this ministry, I'd have $11,000 where I could have maybe saved my fucking dog. So fuck Jaden. I don't care who's fucking... Fuck you. I just lost my fucking dog, man. That's where my fucking money went that I had. I have fucking 30-some things for sale. Put your money where your mouth is, you piece of shit. Buy some land out here. Fuck you, Jaden. I mean, what a piece of shit. I know he ain't in here, but fuck him. You don't know anything about my situation. Imagine waking up every day not being able to report your goddamn daughter murdered or raped or missing and your son. And not supposed to like this fucking country? Fuck no. I fucking hate this country. There's nothing about this country I like other than the land, and there's some good people here. I'm in one of the most beautiful spots in the country. I truly am living the American dream, but nobody will share it with me. See, Jane could have been out here fucking months ago, years ago, building a fucking house out here. And I wouldn't have charged him a dime. I wouldn't have asked him a goddamn thing. I would have given to him. So fuck Jaden. He's a piece of shit, lazy ass fucking American. Wouldn't come out here. 10 fucking years I've offered to people come out here and didn't want a single dime from them. So fuck that piece of shit, lazy ass motherfucker. He didn't have no extras to give. I'm ready to give. These fucking food stamps shut off. I got more food than I know what to do with. I'm fucking surrounded by food. You don't ever see it. I can walk around. There's food right there, food right there, food there, food right 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 there. This fucking whole building is covered in food. There's enough people. I wouldn't have to leave this building for fucking 5 years. I could just eat out of this building. This isn't in my food store. This is what is for the other people. I have more food stores than this. I have three stories under the ground from where I'm at now. 3 fucking 28 feet down filled with fucking food. Long-term food stores that'll last 20 plus fucking years because I don't think the world's coming to an end anytime soon. That's what I prepare for. Things to get a lot worse, not better. So fuck Jaden. What a piece of shit. Broke ass fucking American. It's only Americans that stay this stupid shit. Seriously. This motherfucker's been lapping up the luxury of people like me serving him to fucking, so he could speak his fucking right to, speak. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech. He's using his First Amendment right to speak up. But look at the shit he's putting out. He just straight up lied to you and said I could leave. I can't legally fucking leave. What a fucking piece of shit. I have a son and daughter I can't report murdered or missing, and he got to come in here and fucking haze me like that? I know on the internet's going to happen, but fuck Jaden. What a piece of shit, man. Obviously, he's been in here multiple times enough to put together the whole, brother in quotes. He's fucking with me. He knows that I don't like to be calling people brother. He's been in here multiple times, I'm sure. It's probably some fucking troll. Probably some paid fucking government official. Fuck you, you pieces of shit fucking government. I'll sue your fucking feds, too, for not stepping in and arresting fucking Vandenberg out here. Sergeant Rourke, the fucking meth dealer. Did he fucking run that other cop off the road out here? We got a dead fucking cop out here, huh? Years ago. Look at all the corruption out in this valley. Nobody has enough balls to point it out, but I sure the fuck do. Did you hold a protest during the COVID against your fucking sheriff's office? Tell them to get off their fucking asses, stop being lazy piece of shit cops and protect the goddamn businesses? Now you watch what happens. It's these cops, they're going to protect the fucking big businesses. They're going to let all the fucking small businesses get run through. That's what's coming next. Are you ready? I bet you Jaden lives in a fucking city too, huh? Stunk like the city when he came in here. Couldn't fucking skin a buck. Couldn't run a trout line. Wouldn't know how to go to the woods and forest for his own fucking meal. Walk in a circle and fucking die. That's what most people do when they have no fucking land nav skills. No ability to slow down for a minute, try to figure where the fuck you're at. So I'm not worried about Jaden. Thanks, Father, for sending the piece of shit Jaden in here to tell me I can leave. Well, if I can leave, I'll leave. So if you want to help me out, there's links in the description. You don't have to give anything. I'll fucking leave here with veteran tags if I have to, but I just don't want to. So I didn't plan on my fucking dog dying the other day, and I had sold my motorcycle for fucking pennies on the dollar because I couldn't sell anything. And so I gave it to somebody that had contact before, and now it's all fucking gone. And I have taxes due, just like fucking you guys. Whatever, I still have to pay fucking land tax, so fuck all that bullshit. That's why I hate this country. Can't wait to get away from people like this. Shit talker Betty Crockers. And I'm so glad I'm not Old Testament, because I'd be showing up with that IP address to stomp a goddamn pothole in his fucking chest. Instead of having a stone in his neck, he'd have a fucking pot on his fucking chest, because I'm not some fucking guy to fuck around. But that's Old Testament. That's not a threat to him. I won't touch him. I don't want to fuck care where he's at. He made his own bed. Now he can fucking sleep in it. Probably went to the baby bath oil party in fucking Hollywood. He's probably one of them fucking creeps. So, no worries. All right, enough about Jaden Smith. Probably Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son. Look at that fruit fucking cake. What's going on with this world? I don't know. We don't care. We just fucking come in here and be an idiot. Just straight up lie about somebody who can't even report his son and daughter murdered, but oh, he could just leave the country. Don't you think I could already leave the country? I would. I mean, come the fuck on, guys. I just spent enough money where I could have went retired in another goddamn country, but instead I chose to help this country, help this community, help this state, help this fucking, and help my son instead of helping myself. So go fuck yourself. Now I'm going to probably have to take my pieces of silver that I have left and go do it to get my tax. So I don't care. Either of that or, look, I ain't too proud. I got fucking change. I'll spend all this. I'll take that right up to the fucking counter and spend it and say, take my goddamn fucking change. I don't care. I'm not too proud. So I'll do what I have to do. And if I don't have enough money to, I'll bring a goddamn pen and I'll beg. Because I ain't too proud to fucking beg. If I need the money, Father will provide. A bird not worries what it's in the field. It's not like I don't have a bunch of shit for sale. You know what I'm saying? So fuck all you broke ass Americans. Put your goddamn money where your mouth is. Go help some people when this shit happens. You better have some extra food to help people out. Most people don't have any food. Not very much, so. I'm where I'm at for now. So when I can leave, I'll leave. But I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm doing the right thing by no matter what. Like I said, I don't have to stay there all day in Bend to get those tags. I'm not leaving Bend without my vehicle fixed and tags on my vehicle. I'd like to change my license over too, but you know, that's another probably $100+ because I have a CDL, and so I have to change. It's different. I have to get rid of my CDL, and there's more procedure. It just costs more money. So it is what it is. But I think that would be if I'm going to leave the country and want to come back here. I want to leave and come back. I don't hate the country so much that, you know, I've had my CDL since I'm 30, but I don't want to operate in commerce anymore for this corporation. I've had it since I'm 21 years old. So I know everybody, but I have to, man. I know it costs me so much. I know, but I don't want to make money for the corporation anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to work for the corporation. That's why it's a commercial license. I just want to travel. I don't want to operate in commerce anymore. I only operate in a private capacity. So if I did it, I'd do it under a farm, to be honest with you, where I don't need a CDL. You know what I'm saying? I could still drive if I wanted to drive. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever. I own my land. I'm a farmer, so I don't worry about money like that. But I've had a lot of people tell me, dude, that's the stupidest thing you're ever going to do is give up your CDL. You've had that for 30 fucking years, dude. So I hear you. We got to do what we got to do. But I have my land paid off and I don't need it anymore. And like I said, if I needed to, I can go operate under one of these farmers, to even without a CDL, but I'm trying to go and come back. Okay. And I'm trying to get out of the country and leave so I can come back here. And I have this ministry paid off, but I need to get a break from America. It's wore me out. I served the country and it's done nothing but kill my son and daughter or kidnapped. And I can't, I can't get anywhere with it. And it's just violated me. So, I got my driver's badge as a driver in the military as well. I've been driving since I was young. I've always had, driven, I can't imagine the amount of windshield time that I have, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather go to India right now. God, the Indian people are amazing. The food, oh, the food is so amazing there. It's just a different culture. Yes, there are some people who are opportunistic, just like in every country, but they are amazing people. I would love to go to India right now. India won't let their people. India's taken all the gold right now and silver they're importing into that country, brothers, sisters. They'll give it to you at face price, but you're not getting they'll sell it. You can come in, but you can't bring any more into the Indian. That people in India has surpassed the population of China. They are the number one population in the world right now is India. And it doesn't look like that's going to change because China's population is going backwards and India's population is going up. So they're like I said, I love all people. So I just don't see color. I don't see race. So I love their culture. Yes, a lot of it is paganism and things like that, but there are people who don't care about any of those things. And there's God-fearing people who love the word. Yeah, so actually you can't bring it anymore in India right now. Listen, you can't bring it into India right now. You can bring it in, but they'll buy it at face value. Remember, India was telling like China for their people to buy silver. They wear their wealth, brothers, sisters. They wear their wealth. They wear their wealth, generational wealth. They go in when they marry. That's how they show it's part of their tradition. Gold and silver is a huge tradition in India, brothers, sisters. You don't realize you've been walked right out of a metal that's always been money since the beginning of time. There's been 4,800 paper currencies since the inception by the Chinese, and every one of them was put into circulation as sank, except for the ones that are floating around. But they'll meet their demise and go to zero as well. Gold and silver have never gone to zero in the last 8,000 years. So it's always going to be money. Actually, the Chinese called, they call, do I have it here? No, I don't know what happened to my silver. Uh-oh. I lost some money the other night. I hope I didn't lose my silver. That'd be screwed. Whatever it is, what it is. But anyways, I would love to go to India. I'd love to be there. I'd love to stay there for a little while. I'd love to see their whole country. They're very intelligent people and they work hard. And then there's a bunch of shitbags too there, just like there is in every other country. So, but that's a wonderful place to go. I have really studied the culture a lot, and I love their, they're another family, kind of another culture type of culture where a lot of the times they stay together like Hispanic people. Only the Americans, the Anglo-Saxon, now modern days, they used to stay together, kings and queens, and not like, whatever, but people used to stay together and put away gold and silver for generational wealth they could leave to their families. Now in America, we just kick our kids out, like, go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just saw the culture. The people. If you go there as a non-American, you don't go there with an American attitude, you're going to have an accent as an American, but you don't go there with that American attitude. They are very accepting as Americans in a lot of countries. They hate us because we're the bad guy, but they will accept our money. Just like Hispanic people who in like Mexico, they're very friendly to Americans. They're not assholes. Only in America do we treat our tourists like shit because all we want is their money. I mean, it's just a front. Oh, down there, they really are. Well, I mean, some of it is a front, but same thing with the culture there in India. They like American dollars. They'll take your American dollars and they won't treat you like shit. There are places they will act like a fucking American. Act like when you entitled piece of shit Americans in other countries and give people in this country a fucking bad name. It's like people in America don't, oh, don't go to Mexico. It's so fucking violent. You know the best time to go to Mexico? When they say don't go to Mexico. Shit, the people don't go from America. The goddamn, it's like going to theme park or Disneyland or the carnival and all the rides are yourself. It's like, oh my God, all the rides are, yeah, hey, what's going on? What's going on, pizza guy? Come in, amigo. I haven't seen you since, dude, you haven't come in there in 5 fucking years. And you came in there with your wife last time, one dinner. They're like, where's your chica? Your bonita? Where's your senorita? Oh man, we had a fallout. Oh man, I'm sorry. Come on, man. Let me get you a margarita, man. You'd be better. You sorry. You're in Acapulco now, man. You want some Acapulco? They'll treat you good down there. Oh, don't go there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Mexico is insanely beautiful. And when you get out of a lot of the cities, it's unbelievable because they have a lot of these cities where just maybe a fraction of what they bring in there is their electronics and their earbuds, but most of it is grown right there. Super organic, you know what I'm saying? It's all grown right there in these little towns, not the bigger cities. The cities are themselves, and there's crime in the cities, but you don't really find a lot of crime in Mexico. You know what's so beautiful about Mexico, brothers, sisters? But you know what I'm saying? Is that in America, you could put a fucking fork in these American cities. I remember going into the American city selling food and traveling because I've been in sales and stuff. And I love going into I met neighbors who knew each other and they were barbecuing because I sold food and stuff. It was a great time in this country. It really was very different where everybody owned their homes. This is before BlackRock and the 2000, crash and the 08 crash. And then, all this 2000, this was a different country. And the neighborhoods were bustling. You go into these neighborhoods now and they're fucking dead. They're dead. There's no life in them. There's a couple kids maybe on bikes or something, some electric scooters. A lot of them, if they're out there, they're on little iPads or there's no life. You just go right over the fucking border and it's beautiful. I mean, 2 or 3 in the fucking morning, they're playing music. Every Mexican's going to turn it up louder. And there's no fucking HOAs in Mexico, people bitching about fucking music being up too loud. There's children out there playing in the streets. It's like being back in the fucking 80s and 90s, just right over our border. So fuck American people and their stupid ass fucking attitudes, man. I want to go so I can go and fucking come back. I'm going so I can legally get the fuck out of here and come back to this fucking ministry. I'm not going to let some piece of fucking shits in this country. I'm already living the goddamn American dream. I want to take what I have, and be able to tithe food back to the whole world. I don't give a fuck about dumbass people from America. They're stupid fucking idiots. They don't even care about their own citizens, but then kidnapping poor people in this fucking country for being too fucking poor. Or something's wrong with you. You have a mental disability. People come in here all the time and accuse me of having something fucking wrong with me. And then they want to push fucking drugs on you, and that's what we're going down into Mexico for, right? Is drugs? No, it's the fucking goddamn silver mines that we want in Mexico, the purest fucking silver mine on this rock. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck about stupid fucking Americans. There are good Americans in this country, but most of them are garbage. Yeah, it's in every country. But at least you go into other countries, you don't get treated like that as the whole. They might not like you, but they won't fucking act like that. People in America are lost, man. Like I said, the country is fucking, everybody's working 2 jobs just to survive. See, I haven't turned my back on the American people. I think it sucks that one man used to be able to pay for a whole, wage of have a house, a mortgage, put money in a savings account, send the children to school. The wife could work or not, stay home, and still have a fucking savings account. The average home in Bend, Oregon sold for fucking $800,000. Every third home sold for $1 million. How the fuck do you keep up with that shit? And that's why you get these fucking dumb motherfuckers that come in here and talk shit out the side of their neck and don't even know shit from Shinola. They don't even care about the constitutional right of the fucking people. All they care is about their own little fucking Netflix subscription, or they got their Starbucks punch card or their dispensary punch card, so they go smoke their gene-edited fucking garbage, whatever. That ain't even cannabis anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, it's a hard dog-eat world in the CDL business now. So, oh, fuck off, Jaden, you piece of shit. Put money in my fucking cheddar. Get the fuck out of here. Don't ever come back, you dog shit piece of motherfucking shit. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, gonna have the balls to come back in here. So, anyways, sit there and fucking troll me and then lie to me and come back here and then we give a fuck about your goddamn opinion. Go fuck yourself. I remember going to TJ when there was goddamn dirt streets in that fucking place before they turned it into a nightclub. So don't fucking tell me, motherfucking Jaden. What a bunch of balls you have to come back in here. What a piece of shit, dude. That's that dumbass America came in here and said I could leave the fucking country, and I don't. I have a goddamn court date because I stood up for my son because they were trying to throw him in jail. They were trying to throw him in jail, and I could have left. You know, I probably got my son and daughter killed because of gold and silver. Imagine that. I didn't take the gold and silver that I had and do what my son said. Dad, just go get the double cab Tacoma. You want it? Do it. There's everything you need. I've got silver. Don't worry about it. Dad, please, you're saving that for me. You're trying to pay off the ministry. Just go now. You'll figure it out. You always pile up so much shit wherever you go. Just go now. You have all the money you need. Go. And I didn't do it. And I think the gold and silver, that what got him killed. And I'm responsible for that. So I have to live with that for the rest of my life. So Jaden thinks he knows his fucking situation, but Jaden don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. I can't fucking leave. I've been trying to report my son, daughter, and murdered for how many? I have it. It's all on this fucking channel. You know? But people like him, they don't even fucking care. So I think it's a tragedy. The country that I live in at one time was a country that was different, but it's not anymore. All we do is fuck everybody up in every other country. You ain't had to live in other countries like fucking Somalia and Kuwait and fucking Pakistan and fucking Afghanistan and have bombs fall in your fucking backyard for your family decade after fucking decade. So, I don't have any family here, pizza. They just killed my dog. Well, my dog died and they already have killed my son and daughter. So I don't have family here, but I have the ministry. So that's what my family is, the ministry. So, but no, I don't have any. But I don't want to walk away from this country and turn my back on the country. I'm not. I refuse to. That's why instead of going getting myself an attorney, my son attorney, my daughter attorney, or file a lawsuit, I paid the ministry off. It caused me fucking a nightmare. But I'm not going to go. I wouldn't change it. So I did that so I could have the ability to know that the ministry is taken care of no matter what the fuck happens to me, that the ministry will still serve whether I'm here or not. So somebody will pick up the torch when I'm gone, if that's what the case, so to speak. I don't mean to passing the Roman torch there, but like I said, it's all right. Whatever God has in plan for me, he has, so I'm not doing anything. But when you get people like, come in and talk things about the case, I would love to leave and go to another country and be able to come back. And that's why I'm being patient and not leaving. Because again, when if I left, I might not have, my dog might have been able to come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there we go. But, it is what it is. I don't regret anything I did. It's cost me. They've assaulted me, battered me, ruined my vision. My hearing's fucked. I have issues. I suffered a stroke and I've rebounded since then, but I'm wearing out a little bit. Like I said, this loss of my dog just the other day, and I was so perplexed because I'd gotten in that situation and my dog was taken from me for many months. And I believe the guy who killed my son is the reason why my dog looked the way he did, because my dog was super fucking stressed out being around him. And that's why he was in such horrible condition when I was finally able that many months later to get my dog back from him, which he wouldn't give him back to me. So. It only makes sense to me why he'd be in such horrible condition when I picked him up. Why would he give him back to me if he was in that horrible of a condition? I think it's because of what he'd done to my son, and Tango had felt that. So the stress, of the whole situation. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll ever know if my son and daughter are alive or dead. I just can't. I can't report a murder. Remember, if you've been in this channel, watch. I've reported them to Josephine County, where I found my daughter's car at, and they wouldn't go get them, and they wouldn't go get my passport, like that piece of shit fucking was talking, and that's a federal offense right there. There's 40 pounds of silver that he took when I said I had, silver and gold to pay off the land, and instead of doing that or get the double cab, I chose to hold on to it, and I didn't listen to my son. And I believe when I had my son bailed out by this guy, he's the only person I know that could call at the time that I had number to. Um, he went and supposedly bailed my son out, but I don't think that's what happened, because he told me near a year later that my son had basically got in a fight with him on the way back from. He said he had argued with him, but now I think I figured out what had happened. Is I think my son told him to give him the silver and gold back to me, and he said, "No, you owe me $10,000 from this case, and now I just bailed you out of jail, so now you owe me this. Shut the fuck up." And my son said, "Nope," and that was the end of Elijah. And that's why I was never able to. That's why my daughter's single, and she probably doesn't even have any fucking idea what's going on. And then she got lured down there when I went to Marshall to pick up my dog and said, "Hey, listen, man, you said you had my silver, and you're the one who took it in, and now you're saying," he said, "No, your daughter has it." "Now you're saying my daughter has it. I'll find out one day, you know. You saying she has it. You said you had it the whole time. That's all the information I have. And so I will talk to her one day. This case will end." And now that is December 2nd of this year, which has been 18 fucking months since I last seen my son shot with his fucking hands in the air, and my daughter kidnapped after unbeknown to me that they were both grenaded in their sleep. So when I went to Marshall to pick up my dog and told him I'm going to talk to my daughter one day, I believe that's when he lured Adriana down there, and that's when I found her car down in Josephine County, and I think he murdered her then. Because this is the man said he could hide him in the gold mines. They can make $300 a day. Gold mining in the gold mines. And I know where that's at. That's up the gulch up there by Wolf Creek and Mount Creek, Oregon. I believe that's where my son and daughter's bodies are lying. Probably not anymore, because he's heard me talk about it, but I believe there's an illegal strip mining operation that's been fronted as a grow operation for many years behind it up in the mountains. Because this property that I'm trying to report that I found my daughter's car has a massive one, single to the massive woods, to the road on the other side of the fucking. We're talking millions of dollars to dig that fucking road out with track equipment. I've done fucking been choke set in Oregon. It's like one of the most dangerous jobs you can do is choke set logs, and I've done that for a fucking living. So I know what it takes to choke fucking logs off the side of the hill. What kind of operation that takes? It's a big operation. There's gold mining going on up there. They've been running under the front of cannabis farms until cannabis got $25, $35 fucking dollars, $50 an ounce. Now gold is fucking $4,500 an ounce, and silver's $50 fucking dollars an ounce. So of course they're not using fucking people to fucking use them to traffic people in Josephine County, Oregon, and Applegate, and all those properties this guy has that I found out about. That that he's a people mover, and that's what he did with my son and daughter. He just moved them and put them into the gold mines or killed them, and then stuck them up there. And if I go up there and try to find their bodies, I'm going to get shot going up there into the fucking gold mines. And I've shown all of this. And I've given all this information to attorneys, paid a fucking attorney, tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm fretting over fucking God heaven right now. And it's just because of what's going on in my life, getting some fucking tags on my car right now. So I want to go take a fucking vacation. So I can come back and not worry about being threatened, because I'm a fucking veteran. Being pulled over, you're a veteran, and targeting me because of that. I don't care if somebody grovels at me. "Oh, you're a veteran." Fuck off. I never got it that. I just got it to actually get a discount on food. So I didn't do it for a long ass time. So I never had it on my CDL. I can remember somebody said, "Do you get 50% off Burger King?" I was like, "I don't really eat fast food." Like, 50% though? Fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, dude, you always buy out the fucking value meal. Dude, I went in there and got like the super meal for half price. Dude, I was like, damn, that was the best fucking thing. I should have done that, put that on my license before. So I have done that before too. And I'm not gonna kid you. I'll use that military discount, so, yeah, it's a bummer. This state is such a beautiful state, but we have horrible law enforcement here. And, we have a rogue gang of fucking SWAT team member that SWAT raided this house illegally, filled my right of due process, and kidnapped my daughter and shot my son with his fucking hands in the air. And you can witness all of it. And because I haven't filed the lawsuit, I don't want to make the taxpayer pay, but I'm over it now, and I'm going to do it. So I have to do it now for my fucking dog. The fucking tear gas my goddamn dog. Imagine what it was like me getting hit in the fucking face with a grenade, but my dog was only sitting right here. He's got dog fucking hearing. Imagine what that grenade concussion sounded like for them without any hearing fucking protection in their ears. And they knew there was animals in here. And they still shoved 5 fucking tear gas canisters and shot out all the front windows of the house just to fucking try to get me to come out with a gun so they could fucking kill me. But it didn't work out like they thought. And I think anybody who does the investigation, that's what you'll see. This story one day will fucking break, and you'll see it. You'll go, oh my God, I cannot fucking believe what they did to that veteran and to his kid and his son and daughter. So once again, if you come here, I don't care if you're a law enforcement fucking officer, you do not lose your qualified immunity, or you lose your qualified immunity when you break the fucking law. It means you can't be sued, but you can be held criminally liable. And then I will sue their fucking bonds is what I will sue. And I'll file suit against the state and the county. And, you know, it sucks because the taxpayer is going to be the one who's fronting the fucking bill for their criminal behavior of their special weapons and tactics fucking thug fucking gang is what they were. They came in here like a fucking gang and just bum rushed this fucking place. That's not how you serve a fucking warrant. There was no act of fucking violence on my part. This is because I told my son not to stop the fucking car. Their evidence is shite. And I think they're just going to convict me anyways. That's what I'm planning on. Because I've gone nowhere in 18 months. I've even hired a goddamn paid fucking attorney, a lot of money, and he ain't done anything. And I'm less than a month away from court. I don't have a goddamn record. I'm a military veteran, and here I am looking at fucking, you know, 4 fucking felony counts and 2 more fucking charges of harassing the police and menacing the police and conspiracy and all this bullshit. And they've already dropped my daughter's charges for the same exact thing that I did, that she did, and dropped her charges. But they might throw me in jail over the same fucking thing, guys. And it'll be God doing it, not them. I won't go in there and be all mad and I'll know God's doing it. It just fucking sucks, man, because this is the country I live in, you know. This is the goddamn state I live in. I love the state I'm in, but oh my gosh, that smells so good. No, I can't own a weapon. They took my Second Amendment right away from me. They came in and took the only 2 guns I had. So, yep, I'm all done. Like I said, I'm not doing this corporation anymore. So I'm hoping I don't go to jail. And if I do, then Father wants me to feed the system, and then it'll be between me and Father. So I'll just be pissed off at Father. It's okay. Everything's happening for a reason. Right now, I'm just chooching on bong hits and hanging out with my dog because that's what I'm saying. No more. No more. So whatever happens to me will happen. I just need to get to town on Monday and hopefully get my 4Runner fixed and get the tags. And I'm going to go from there. I've got land payment, you know, and I've got taxes due just like everybody else. Yeah, you know, like I said, when the bong hits are good, when you can, you know. I had a CDL a long time. They're like, dude, you have a CDL and a medical card and you open carry? How do you do that? Because right now I'm not driving, and if I'm going to drive, I ain't going to smoke for, you know, a month or 2 before I go try to use my CDL. When I did that, people are like, dude, you fucking smoke and you got a CDL. How do you do that? I don't fucking drive, you dumbass. I don't fucking drive if you're smoking. I know drivers who do. That's crazy too. I know a lot of CDL drivers through the years. They smoke. I'm like, dude, you're nuts. What about a DOT physical? Whatever, dude. I ain't never been popped. So, like, dude, that's crazy. I couldn't do it. I never smoked when I had my CDL. You know what I'm saying? I didn't drive. I just didn't drive, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because some people are like that, you know, just get popped. And it sucks. They should already cleared that. Fuck that. They had people doing schmack and fuck, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of shit forever. And I don't mean to go there, but people are fucking popping all kinds of shit. You know, truck drivers trying to stay awake, right? You got people on all kinds of fucking mad shit like that, you know, and never nothing about that. But a guy can't chooch on a couple fucking bowls to kind of take the edge off and, you know, whatever. You know, he's parked at a fucking truck stop for the night at the end of the day. Oh, that was a good day, man. I got fucking fill out my log and fucking driver's log. And like, all right, man, I pass out my sleeper. You know, just a little nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, stuffy headache so you can rest medicinals. Oh, no. All right. But anyways, But no, that's what I would do. I think it's just, it sucks, that all these get all these other things. And, you know, I never heard anybody who smokes herb try to beat up their wife for a bag of pot. You know what I'm saying? Kick the dog because they wanted some pot or something, robbed all their fucking grandma's jewelry because they wanted a bag of some herb, you know, like, man, can't somebody help me out? Be a brother, help me. I will help you out, man. Come on, man. Somebody smoke a joint with this guy. Somebody smoke a bowl with him, man. See, that's how people, what a crazy time we live in, man. Hey, I see Trump was looking at rescheduling it, which I don't think they're going to do. But what makes me think that we're real into something happening real quick, because they didn't reschedule that for how many decades now, and all of a sudden they're going to reschedule it. I don't know about that. I think it might be another rug pull like Mr. Cheeto does, Cheetophile. He says one thing and then he taco benders over to back to the Joe Biden or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They do the same thing. They're just play the game. Democrat, Republican, bend one way or the other. They get what they want. You end up getting the crutch wrap, right? Taco Bell. You get the shits, don't you, huh? Wondering what the hell did I just put that in my belly for? Oh, it's supposed to be great to the taste, but bitter to the belly. Taco Bell, baby. Ding. Remember the bell? Ding on the commercial. Used to say Taco Bell. Ding. And it made that ring. Ring, ding, dong. All right. I think that's what the world is. A bunch of ding dongs, man. A bunch of fucking fruit cakes or something. I live in a world full of fruity people. Fruity pebbles. It's the generation, they're a cereal generation. They eat sugar for, everything. Sugar with everything. Everything's pretty much cereal, kind of, wheat sugar, this sugar, that sugar, whatever, pasta sugar, whatever, bread sugar. It's all the same. It's all the same. Same dicks. Uh-oh, what's my phone saying? Oh, that's not me. So, but all right. Well, so I think because if you're a CDL driver, pizza guy, 1947, then you would know, if you do have a CDL, you know about the just-in-time delivery system, and you know how vulnerable our supply chain is because of the CDL drivers. With Trump coming in and making a massive change to a lot of these people who have been allowed to come into the country too. We'll have a conversation about commercial licenses and stuff in the state, because it's kind of a good conversation anyways. They have a lot of these people who are coming in from other countries and are getting around some of these CDL. I mean, you are driving a massive piece of equipment. It does not break. It does not stop. It kills lots of, as we've seen, that one guy here, I guess, just ran right through fucking 3 people. And that's what a truck does. A truck doesn't give a fuck what's in front of it, brothers, sisters. That's why, proper, following distance is very important, that you are up to date. Truly, as a CDL driver, you should be at the top of your game. You shouldn't be clouded. Your impairment should not be judged. You are handling a fucking, a moving fucking freight train, basically, is what you're doing. I know you don't think about it, but that is a fucking riding near train with that motor up front like that. And I know it's got the fiberglass cover, but that it's all moving at that same speed. And it, like I said, it doesn't stop like your car. It takes a lot longer to stop. It depends on how much you have in your fucking back of your, in your tractor and your trailer there, what you're hauling there too, how long it takes to stop. You need to be keeping that in mind when you're moving, liquids. That's a whole different way of driving. If you've never driven liquid, oh my fucking God, you better. That's one of the hardest things to drive, to be 100% honest with you. And especially if they don't have the right baffle systems and shit like that. And that happens sometimes because they just throw truck drivers to the fucking, they just want to make money, guys. They just want to make money. And so they will throw some of the worst drivers, and these things are literally barreling down the road at breakneck speeds, which I know it doesn't feel like that, but they're traveling with these other vehicles. So I don't like the tyrannicals of the fucking goddamn, probably the worst road rage. You ain't met a bad cop until you met a fucking Waymaster. You don't know shit until you met the Waymaster. You think the cops on the street are bad? You don't know the Waymaster. He's the biggest fucking prick on the road. He makes the state troopers look like a nice guy. Seriously, you don't know the Waymaster. You never met the Waymaster. You don't want to know the Waymaster. When he pulls you over, you got to do everything he says, and you can't talk back to the Waymaster because he'll fuck you up. bad. It's like the fishing game. They're like fishing game to me. They're like, you'd be better to murder somebody in this country than take a deer out of season. Fuck yeah, man. I'm saying no, serious. But the weighmaster, he's a prick, you know, guys. So you go by some different standards and rules too. So they should run a tight, you know, something like a pre-trip and a post-trip inspection. I know because I was a military veteran, I've seen a lot of guys skip that, and that's such a huge part of having a commercial license is doing your pre-trip and post-trip inspection, because it does preventive maintenance so you can catch something, so you don't have something barreling down the road and have a, you know, a mechanical malfunction, and then it caused, obviously, I mean, anything could happen. There's a reason why it has 18 fucking wheels on it, so we can blow out some tires and still travel without fucking taking everything out on it. You know, it is like a moving fucking bullet, like it's a big fucking moving bomb, basically. Whatever's in front of it, it's just going to wipe out and just annihilate whatever's in front of it until it comes to a complete stop, like a train. I know that doesn't feel the same, but they're very similar. I know they don't have all that weight and inertia behind them, but yeah, well, no, the fucking these people never understand what it's like to talk to the weighmaster, you know, over stupid shit like, oh, motherfucker, that strap is exactly like it fucking should be. If I put it in any longer, I'm gonna crush the goddamn fucking product. I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna oh, you're fucking fuck off, dude. I ain't come out here without this shit strapped down fucking properly. Should I ain't tarp this shit down? So I know you can fucking see my fucking straps. Fuck off, dude. They're just weighmasters or pricks, guys. They really are. They're just like super technical about stupid shit, and they're just like the cop that it seems like every one of them probably is married to somebody who doesn't give them any fucking head. These guys all didn't get head from their wife, and I don't mean to go there, but you telling me that a cop that gets head from his wife before he goes to work, then a cop that doesn't is going to, you know, police you the same? Okay, that's my example. It's like most of them, just their wife wouldn't give them no loving, no rubbing, you know, and then they act like that, you know. They truly are pricks, man. They're just like, dude, what the fuck? You act like a Karen, dude. Why you gotta be like that, dude? It's strapped down. This fucking dude is this roofing material. It's composite fucking roofing, dude. I can't fucking strap it down any longer. I'm gonna fuck the bundle up. And I pay for the goddamn damage to the truck that's on the fucking freight. So fuck off, you know, and you can't say that to them. You just gotta, okay, well, let me here try to readjust it for you, you know. Oh, okay, lick my fucking boot. You better respect my authority. And then they, you know, if they don't give you a fucking ticket anyways, because they do that shit. They don't fucking care, you know. I've been in it with some of the weighmasters too when I was a fucking, fuck that. I call my boss right there. Your boss ain't gonna save you. Well, fuck you. At least my boss has a record if you try to do something to me. Fucking prick. I've got into it with a couple of weighmasters. You shouldn't argue with weighmaster though. They're the worst. Like I said, they're well, just in a sense. And look at, let's go back to what I'm saying, brothers, sisters. They should be that way, in a sense. Let me make some more reality of why they're that way. You're not talking about some fucking, you know, pickup truck, you know, 1,000 or a couple thousand pounds. We're literally talking about a moving fucking freight train, you know, right, barreling down the hill. So preventive maintenance goes a long way, making sure that your drivers are healthy, you know. And then some of the shit they do to drivers is unreal, though. You know, some of the hours they ask them to drive and then restrict their hours during certain times. It's just a big fucking head game. With a lot of drivers, allowing certain drivers to drive during certain times and restricting certain drivers. And now, why do certain drivers get to drive? So there's just very little consistency when it comes to that, which is also very dangerous. You know, when drivers are driving out there too long and they're going in, it's more dangerous to drive sleepy than it is intoxicated or, you know, I'm saying, or drunk driving. That there are more crashes that kill people by, you know, sleepy drivers that fall asleep at the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, everything is. It's just a fee. There's just so many additions to that where, you know, you're getting into things I don't even want to explain with people about trying to be an owner operator and, you know, having all your fees at your fucking, all your stops, you know, all your, oh, well, I got a fucking tractor in my truck I can drive right through. Well, it didn't fucking pick up and now you're getting fucking, fucking CDL is a mess. So I can't wait to fucking, I remember when I dropped my hazmat. Because I used to haul hazmat, and that is a fucking nightmare, man. Hazmat is the worst thing you can actually drive, just because of the regulations. The hauling the hazmat is not that big a fucking deal. You know, whatever you're hauling, it is what it is. Hazardous materials, but it's the fucking extra bullshit they put you through when you have that hazmat endorsement. So, That was the first endorsement I dropped for years ago. I decided I didn't want to do that, anymore. I'm like, fuck all that, dude. They make you go through so much shit and go recertify and drive to fucking parts of the state where nobody else has to do shit and put your hazmat drivers through. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have anything like that. There's no. It's changed. The trucking industry has changed, brothers and sisters. There used to be some leeway, a little bit of leeway, even like log books, and people could press stuff because they'd write things down. But now with all these fucking transponders and, I'll say that's what I'm saying. It's fucking weird, dude. It's so fucking weird, man. How they make it. Just, I don't understand. I'm not, like some of this current stuff. Yeah, their owner operator changes the whole game too, because you're really trying to make it out of these, one of these big fucking beasts, whatever. Oh, okay, I got my foot in my door. I got my A. I got my fucking endorsement, whatever. I'm going triples or whatever I got, and bam, now I'm out there working for Swift or whatever, one of these companies, but they're just terrorizing me. You know what I'm saying? They just, and just fee and fine you. And that's where normally the company picks that up. So you're like, okay, well, I'm trying to make a decent living. And there is a living there. You start thinking about being on the road. And then maybe if, just for an example, if your honey's at home and you're a truck driver and you're out on the road, so you're going to try to spoil her until you come home because you're out on the road and she loves you and she's keeping that bridge, there's no miles that are between you. That's not, I'm just putting this out an example with a lot of guys that are owner operator or vice versa, because a lot of ladies who drive trucks, same fucking thing. There is a lot of lady truck drivers. Look up. There's a fucking lot of lady truck drivers. A lot more than you think. You should look the fuck up. There are a lot more ladies who drive trucks than you think. But you got a spouse at home, and then you come home and you want to fucking spoil them, right? Too, because you've been gone. And see, it just, that little extra money doesn't last. Like people, oh, they make so much fucking, money. No, they don't really make that much money because they have all those extra little fees on the road that you don't fucking consider that their company picked up when they were just driving. Now they may barely get by, but no, I'm going to become an owner, and I'm going to get my own tractor and then start hauling my own. And I can do these loads. I know how to get them. I know where they're at. I know enough of the freight and where to pick up. I've been in it long enough. I've watched how this works. It's not that hard to get a load. If I actually want the fucking load, right? If I'll put up, it's so weird with that too now. All the fucking change with that. But anyways, but then when you get this business, then you get all these extra fees. Like I said, and then think about that. You're an owner operator and now you're liable. Gas prices go up. Well, shit, you didn't have to pay for that before when you worked for Swift, right? You didn't have to, because the gas was part of, you just took a salary, so to speak, right? Maybe some bonuses or COLA or whatever this, there's different things that they'll try to tempt drivers with. But, what a shit job, man. Because it used to be something that a man could really like doing. And even if he liked it enough, could probably bring his wife or his children on the road at one time. And there are people who still do it. But then you had that expense too, like putting the wife in the sleeper and then doing things on the road. And there just isn't that much extra money anymore. And there used to be a good living in truck driving, but it's all been fucking regulated and fiend and fine and, all this death and all this stuff. They had all this stuff that just terrorizes the driver and anybody who is making things like what they're doing right now, going in and stripping out all these drivers right now that were here illegally really doesn't help the people that were here, because it really puts a postpone on a lot of this stuff, that freight that's moving, and puts a suspension. And there's shit that's not even moving right now where truck drivers, owner operator, like we were touring earlier, can get the load, but they can't go pick it up because they cause shit like this in the system. See, that's what I'm saying. There's all these, remember California was doing all that shit for a while too. You couldn't go into California if it had that endorsement. They do all this weird shit because not everybody stays local. A lot of these are OTR drivers. They go over the road. And so running into a regulation or something, when you like, dude, the last time I went through here, none of this was like this. And now I'm held up with my load, I'm calling this company going, dude, I didn't, what the hell? I'm trying to move this. It's too much red tape. That's why I would never do it again. It used to be something a little bit more simple. Like we said, written logs, they kind of old school driver and a little fudging here, what I'm saying? But it's just a bunch of fucking red tape now. And because all the red tape, it doesn't make the job even enjoyable. I actually look up at a lot of the drivers, like I said, when I'm not driving, and they don't look very happy anymore. Drivers used to look over at you, man. wave at you and shit. Kids are in there, burp, burp, honk the horn, do whatever, and all the time, but, drivers would get over. Fucking people are pissed off at CDL drivers now. And I'm not saying that but just doesn't, it's just like they're autonomous. It's like you don't even matter inside the cab anymore to even the public. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy that, because I think drug drivers used to be kind of a highly, that people were like, dude, that's a good living. I'm making a decent living and I have enough money. And yeah, I'm gone away from my family, but look at what I have. It's a trade-off, And then there was the crazy people who decided to take their fucking family on the road and live that life, which is awesome too, But then they had a good life, but not anymore. It's just too much. It's too much red tape. I just look up these cab drivers. I go to some of these truck stops. I'm out, and the drivers in they're just in and moving like they're just, they're not happy. They're not. Go to a truck stop. I mean, some people are okay, but they're not. Truck drivers used to like their job. It's a job that they love doing. Fuck it. I'm not a cop. I'm not fucking a dick. I'm not fucking, whatever. I make a good living. I make more than probably the average fucking, a truck driver used to be kind of a middle class, upper middle class. You weren't going to get rich doing it, but you could be upper middle class. Fuck yeah, you could. If you know how to keep tight and not slough off and get loads and do it back to the old school way, you could make an upper middle class living at truck driving. Fuck yeah, you could. If you're a good driver and you hustled and you got the right loads and you were owner operator, fuck yeah, maybe not for a fucking cup, but you could owner operate and all day long. These people are barely breaking fucking, middle class, lower middle class now, which is, in a lot of them are just living on credit more than anything now. Kind of like I told you, all this shit showing up at the grocery store on credit. It blows me away how much the trucking industry has changed. So I know that, like I said, I have it, but I'm going to go take it in Monday and say, get rid of this fucking thing. I don't want it anymore. I don't want the headache of it. I don't want the fucking, the nightmare of, I just don't want the nightmare of it, so, oh, well, whatever, it is what it is. I just don't want to operate in commerce either. You know what I'm saying? For this corporation ever again. I don't want to put my money into America. There's too many ways that I can make money on my own. And that's the future of this country, The future of this country is going to be people who can barter, trade, and sell. Or you going into a new system? It's not going to be the end of the world. Truck driving is over too. They already have too many autonomous trucks that are on the road now. Just so you hear you. I don't mean to go there, but pizza guy, you're a fucking dying breed. So you know that. You are, man. Not pizzas. I mean, put the square fucking box out there, throw the round pizza and cut it in triangles. They'll always have pizza to the end of the world. So, Pizza Gate, Comet, or whatever. No, but it's a dying breed. They'll have trucks out there before you know it, and you'll never step into a truck again because we already have it. You know what I'm saying? And it's already there. I know if you're in the industry, and that's why you're not going to make it anymore in that industry anyways. That's why they're gutting the industry right now to make way for the autonomous drivers. It fucking sucks, man. I hate this future world we're going into. It's just get to a farm, buy a piece of land, start growing your own food, and stop worrying about making that kind of fucking money. All you need is food, a piece of fucking land, and some solar panels, and a fucking dig your own well and fuck it, stay there. Never drive anywhere again unless you want to. You're like, oh, that does sound a little tempting too after putting all that windshot time in, and all the red tape. Just find a little piece of land, man. Start out with like I started with a goddamn tent, and dude, I had a whole bunch of shit blow over. Those winds out here were rocking us, man. Like 2 or 3 by big wall. That's where it's going. Everything's going autonomous. Japan, 60% of Japan or China is automated, brothers and sisters. 60% of China is automated. We are becoming useless food eaters. People who just take up their space. Breathe their oxygen, if you will. We're in their way. They don't need truck drivers anymore. You know what I'm saying? Nice, good stuff. Yeah, if you're flexible like the willow tree, like a chameleon, you'll bend with the times. But when people stand up straight like that oak tree, they think, I've been there before, I'm strong, I've been cracking, but I've never broke off. But that's what you run the risk of not being more flexible in this time, and I'm not saying bend on your morality, but you have to be able to, survive. There's a shitstorm coming, and if you're not willing to duck, you're going to get hit in the face. You got to be able to move and move within the lane here as a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it as it comes, kind of like a Frogger. Oh, like I didn't expect that coming. Be able to move around. You get just set in one lane, man. Bam! Next thing you know, you're one of those sediment drivers that's complacent, and you're half-ass tired. Now you ran over 3 fucking people, and you killed fucking 6 people or something, right? Because you just stayed in your lane. You got to be able to move. See what I'm saying? That oak tree, although it's strong and rigid and you have morals and standard, that runs the risk of breaking off and dying, right? You got to be able to bend, man. Bend like the willow tree, Yeah, no, whatever. Dude, just trust your gut. Yeah, they put us so far fucking deep in debt. But remember, you can't start with next to nothing. You can. Pizza guy, you can just go buy a piece of fucking land if you find it in the right spot and say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But you sound like you got bigger plans, so don't let me get you. I'm the kind of person, I think everybody should just disappear out all this shit right now. And that's fine. You can choose the system to thrive in the new system. I'm not all saying there won't be people who won't completely thrive in the new system. So, oh, you sound like fucking JG Wentworth there, pizza guy. We've got JG Wentworth in here today, guys. It's my money and I want it now. Right. Thank you, pizza guy. Look at, we just had JG Wentworth enter the building. So, me too. I need some cash right now too. If I could just cash out, because I just, I get by and it's fine. Gotta figure out a way. I have a lot of things for sale. I have a lot of assets. You know what I'm saying? I own a lot of things. And I had the best puppy in the whole wide world to get the best puppy in the whole wide world. I got my best puppy with the dad. This is my best puppy. It's my best one. You are the best guy. I love that puppy dog. He's trying to hang in there. He's a bit confused, but he'll be all right. He's a little confused. We went for a walk earlier to get out a little bit. Because I don't want to bottle him up here, He's already he's a good boy. He's my best bone that ever did best. Dad took him and threw him up in the bed with me last night. He's never slept in the bed. I picked him up last night and put him in my bed with Dad. He slept with the dad last night. He did. He did. He slept with the dad. No, you don't want to lick that. You silly boy. You silly boy. Yeah, I didn't sleep super good, but, it was good to have him there. I seen him on the couch, and he was just like, because that's normally, he sleeps next to his brother, so I was like, he better have somebody to sleep next to tonight. Oh, I love you. I love you. You are the best guy. He just tried to give Dad some lovins. Yes, he's my best guy. I love you. Are you going to be my road dog? We can go on the road? Are we going to be road dogs? Are we going to be road dogs? You're the best puppy I ever the best have. You're the easy dog. You're the no maintenance puppy. You're no maintenance. You do. You just go along for the ride. Yeah. I love you. Did you sleep with Dad last night? Was that weird? Did you know what was going on? He's like, I slept with my dad. So, I slept with my dad. Would you stop trying to paw me in the face? Stop it. Ow, you're scratching me. Oh, he's the best guy ever. He misses his brother. He does. He's a little confused. He just keeps looking around. He just gets up after he lays there for a little bit and he looks around like, what's going on here? You can tell he's a little confused. He's a little confused. It's just not his norm. He's out of his whole norm just got broken. His whole, he kind of has a regular schedule somewhat. With his brother, he sure does. But Dad'll love on him. Dad'll give him loves. Huh. We'll play with a boy. We'll play with a kid. My kid is my biggest kid. He's my biggest boy. He's my biggest now, huh? It's the biggest puppy I ever did. Biggest. He's all my only single one that I single have. He's the only single one that I love the best. All my single times. You're a good boy, puppy doggo. Puppy. My little puppy boy. My big puppy, he's a big old boy. He's a big boy. And he just likes to put his head down and cuddle. He's a cuddler. He's a cuddle, snuggle bunny. Here's your snuggle buddy. He didn't really push, too much last night. He got up close to my face. He's never been up there. He's like, what the hell's going on up here? Because I'm in a lofted bed up pretty high there. And he's like, he did good. I thought he'd want to get down, but he stayed up there with me all night. He stayed with his dad. I wanted him to be comfortable for his first night. Kind of his first night there. We didn't get home until early in the morning, so we didn't really have a night to go to bed. So this is his first night. I went and laid down, and I looked over, and he's just laying on the couch by himself, and I'm used to seeing Big on the other side of him, and I'm like, dude, come over here, and he wouldn't come over, and I made him come over to me and picked him up, threw him in bed. Oh, I thought he was going to piss himself, but he didn't. He gets a little excited if you do something like that, but no, he let me put him up there, and he stayed up there with me, and he snuggled with Dad a little bit. Yep, and he stayed by Dad. He went down by the bottom of the bed, and then he came back up, and he kind of flipped around, but then he stayed right there. I got up and used the bathroom a couple times, and he didn't want to get down. I thought he would, but he stayed up there. So he was a good boy. See, we might have him sleep again with Dad tonight, huh? He didn't get in the way. He didn't push me around. Big was a bed hog. Elijah used to have him. I remember when I lived with my cousin, we used to sleep with Tango, and oh my God, that dog was a bed hog. He was a bed hog. So this guy stays over to the side. Are you just sitting on Dad? Are you just enjoying spending your dad time? This is what we're going to do, huh? This is what we're going to do until court. We're going to spend time with the puppy. Make it puppy time. Are you just trying to sit all the way up on top of me? You just think you're just a little tiny puppy dog, don't you? You're just a little boy. You're just a big guy, though. You're big. You're not a chihuahua. You're not a chihuahua. You're not a chihuahua. Oh, he's straight in my lap. He's trying to get both those feet up on my... So he's got his whole body on my lap. He's down, but he was working on it. What a good boy he is. Oh, my goodness. What a good guy. Thank you, Father, for such a blessing to have a wonderful dog. Oh, boy, he's going to be crazy. He's going to be crazy for Dad. He's going to be crazy like the dad. Crazy, crazy boy. Crazy, crazy boy. Crazy, crazy boy. Pants is being crazy. Pants is being crazy. You're going to kick Dad. Oh, we're getting kicked. I'm getting kicked. Oh, I love him. You having a good day? Are you trying to have a good day? Are you hanging out with your dad? We're going to tick off another day here. Ticking off another day. Trying to. Thanks for hanging out with your dad, puppy dog. Oh, man. Whoa. The hell am I doing yawning? It's too early in the day to be yawning. What are you yawning for? Are you tired? Are you awake like Dad? Are you tired? Are you awake? No, I'm going to stay awake with my dad. Well, I've got to go tomorrow to get that Toyota fixed. I'm hoping they'll fix whatever issue it is. They couldn't fix it at the shop out here.
I really wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish Father wouldn't have done that to me. He made me waste that money. Why would he make me waste money? But oh well. That's just what you get for trying to save money, huh? Don't cut corners. I didn't think so. They do good work here. It is what it is. They didn't have an opening at the Toyota dealership, and this one did. So, and I thought I could save some money from driving all the way. That's gas there and gas back 2 hours to have the same work done. So, it ended up costing me more. Father beats the snot out of me again. So, damn it, man. I just can't win. But that's okay. I'll win when it's over. But it's okay, because if I can just get out of here, if I could just get out of here, I'll be all right. Like I said, I'm gonna go on the road with whatever I have, and if I have to sell things on the road, whatever I've got, I'll just sell what I have and take it to pawn shops or whatever. I have some stuff I don't want to sell, but I have a couple of things of value that if I went on the road and took to like pawn shops and stuff, I have a pretty expensive set of ham radios that are one of the nicest ham radios money can buy. They're all the survival things for the ministry that I just, radiation detectors and things like that. I have some things that have a little bit of value that can give me some gas money to keep moving. So that's what I'm probably going to do. Just throw whatever I can of some value that's smaller and head south if we haven't. So I'm not going to make a prediction, but I don't think I'll be leaving the country if these food riots start, or if they shut off the food for people. Then they might just do it for a couple days just to get the party started and then turn it back on. So it might not be a permanent thing here, because the government might not ever come back on the way it is. People need to consider that. The government might not ever get funded again like people think it, There it is a possibility. You better start telling yourself that. People better think I might not ever get these, benefits again. It might be taken away from me permanently. I need to make another plan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's kind of like Carl's right. You ever seen the picture? There's lots of different memes of it, but like the guy who welds for like, 50, 60, $80 an hour, what kind of weld you get? Or, if somebody's a TIG welder or something like that, you pay him half price, what kind of weld you get? Like dog shit or work, whatever, I've seen that, here's this much dollars worth of labor. You ever seen those memes, Carl, where people are doing stuff? It don't have to be a weld. It could be other things. I've seen people do that. And I think they're awesome because it shows you get what you pay for. Pay for shite work, you're going to get shite work. You want to pay somebody for precision work, you got to hire the skilled hand, and you got to pay them more. You want that spot welded, or you want a TIG welder, come in there and make that thing, it's singing to you in the weld, singing the same chorus over and over. You can't pay the guy that doesn't have the experience. He ain't gonna come in there and throw pulls down like that because he doesn't have the skill set. So you're gonna get what you pay for. So I love when I see those things, because it's an eye opener. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's what we do. Set goals. Don't make plans. Just set goals you can reach. Try not to set your goals too high. That a lot of people teeter out sometimes, and they make their plans when start at the moon. Say you're going to go to the stars, but start at the moon. Right, here we go again. But we won't go to the moon. But just as a parable, if you will. No, always go to the moon here. Let's not be serious about it. But why don't you try to go to the moon before you go to Mars? Right? Let's go try to go back to the moon there, Elon. Before we ever try to go to Mars. So set a goal you can reach. Try to rope the moon there if you could before you, it's a lot closer to the moon than it is the stars or Mars, right? So set goals you can obtain. That way you don't fall and fail, and then you don't want to do it again.
and then you just teeter out and you're like pissing in the wind. So, and then you don't want to try. You sit there like a ball on a log because you're afraid to fail again. So it's better to reach goals along your way and then go, man, I'm one step closer. Like Sabrina was saying, that I'm one step closer to reaching my final destination. And that might not be permanent anyway. So I better be flexible along the way. I might have to go back and do 180 degrees. How many people go back and, in a job or a degree and go back and never actually their original degree or job they went after, they changed once they actually got out into or finished their degree or got out into the field. It wasn't what they ever started. That happens to quite a few people, in case you know. Now everybody finds out, hey, I don't want to do this. That wasn't what I thought. Oh, hey, this isn't the job. We just talked about that right now. Like trucking, a lot of people get into trucking and go, holy shit, the fuck is this? Thought I just had to drive a truck. Oh, yeah, you just have to drive trucks, right? That's all you do. You're like a server. They just slop food on the fucking table. That's all they do. No, they don't do anything else. Oh, the server. So. But my point is this: set goals you can actually reach. Don't set obtainable goals in life. It's not good to set your standards too high. The goals you can reach for a point, but you gotta say, I gotta crawl before I can walk. So why don't I set a goal I can reach, so I don't fail and do that failing over because I keep trying to reach the fucking stars when I should have shot for the moon first, right? Hello, so we do that because we have high expectations for ourselves. So just remember to count your abundance along the way. And if you do hit markers, that's what I call it, set yourself some things, some goals you can reach. Then you bounce off that and go, dude, look how far you look back. Like, holy crap, got a lot farther than if you just try to blow it all out. It's kind of like I already taught you guys before. I think maybe about math. I think you were in here, Sabrina, before when I taught about math. If they would have just taught me that, you get an A to start with, you got to keep the damn A. Well, shit, I can do that. Why didn't fucking nobody tell me that before? That A was way obtainable. No, it wasn't. It was unobtainable because it was way up there. Nobody ever told me I started with an A. Shit, I could have done my whole school career different. Once I learned that, I got a 3.8 in fucking college in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, fuck, I know that's preventive maintenance. Shit, why did I learn that? Even math, it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? You just need to be taught the same way. But you see what I'm saying? We set our goals too high. The A is way up here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's reverse what I just, what I'm saying. Think about what I just said now. And it doesn't exactly apply to what we're saying, but think about it. No, you already have the A. You're going to reach that goal. You just need to keep it. Hit your marker points along the way, and you will reach that A because you'll have it all along. You just won't let it go. Mentality is everything, mindset. But, I didn't know that. I wish I would have been taught that when I was younger. Teach that to your kids if you haven't taught that, Sabrina. Say, look, come on, let's figure something out. Look at how this, I didn't know this, but watch this. You have an A. You just got to keep it. So if you do all your work, you don't miss any assignments, you know what your grades are going to be in, you know what I'm saying? I never was taught that. Fuck. Not till I was an adult. That changed my life. That was a game changer. You know what I'm saying? I was like that so much I went back to school and tried to, do it again. Some of those things had to take over. It had been a long time. And man, I knocked it out of the fucking park that way. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot easier to keep the A than it was to try to reach an A from where I felt like it was maybe an F. And I knew if I just was taught a little bit different. I mean, sure, in the beginning, every work you turn in, if it's an A, you're going to have an A. But, it just didn't have that mentality. It was like, oh, the A is so far away and it's so hard to get. No, it's not. You start with an A. Now keep it. Oh, shit. Do you really want it? You know what I'm saying? There you go. See, I never got told that in school. I get told that till I was an adult. Like I said, I liked that so much. I went back to college to see if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? In my 30s. And I was in there telling these people, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to learn in here, dude. I'm trying to get an A. You guys are distracting. You're not even talking about what the teacher's talking about. Fucking A, dude. You guys don't have bills like me. I got bills. I got a kid that I know I'm going to have to get out after here and go pick up. You guys are interrupting my time. I want as much time with this teacher to teach me. I want the A. Shut the fuck up. Oh, shut up, old man. But whatever. Oh, I can imagine how much that dyslexia would change. I mean, that's just a whole, I don't mean that's just a hurdle with everything. Well, I mean, in a sense it is, you know what I'm saying? It's just you have a hurdle to climb every time because you have to I don't mean to go there, unscramble. And I know it's not scrambled because it's changed, like your eye reverses something, but you have to do all the work on everything. So it's twice as hard for you, basically, or harder because you get frustrated because you can't figure it out. That's what I just said, the scramble. Okay, so you weren't offended by what I said. Figure out the scramble. You start to learn what your eye does to certain words. I've studied it, you know, because I've studied. So that's a hurdle you got to get over every time. You start getting better at it, picking up your points, because the eye can read. People can get over dyslexia. They really can. Because remember, this too is bring the same thing. If you're just taught the same way, you only need the first and last letter of a word. You don't need all the words. You just need the first letter of each word. G, T, F, I, T, H, R, I, W, Y, A. What did I just say? What did I just say? G, Y, A, I, H, Y, N, D, I, W, Y, A. What did I just say? Anybody else want to take a guess? See, you don't even need anything but the first letter. And you know just exactly what I just said. Write it down. If you don't see it, if you didn't hear it, write it down and you'll see what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I just said? Put a yes if you know what I just said. Put a one in the chat if you know what I just said. I never didn't say anything when I just didn't tell you what was in my head. And all I said was the first letter of each word. Pretty crazy how our mind is strong like that. You didn't get it all? G, T, F, I, T, H, R, N, B, I, W, Y, A. Write it down and you'll get it for sure. Even with dyslexia, it won't matter. I don't think it will. I think you can get it if you read it. And don't let your brain read it. Don't let your brain do what it's doing. Read it. No. Anybody else? Or 5 of you? None of you got it? Anybody else know what I'm saying? And that's fine, Sabrina, but I'm trying to show how powerful your mind is. It's a lot more powerful, even with dyslexia, because I've studied this, that you still have the same power in my brain that I do. To fill in the gaps, your brain automatically wants to see smiley faces. Your brain works exactly like my brain with dyslexia. As far as to fill in the gaps, there might be a switch, but it still fills in the gaps. Your brain is going to do, I understand that, but you still have a massive ability to overcome that. People with dyslexia learn how to rock dyslexia, is what I'm saying. Because they see the pattern. They know what their brain does, and they know how to like decode it or unscramble it already. They've seen it enough times. They know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then their brain will trigger it already. Kind of like your eye will do it for you. But you have to work at it. GTF. What does that mean? GTF. Right now, let's go with that. When I say GTF, what am I saying? If I just say those three words, GTFITHRNBIWYA. Or get your, right, you GYA, GYA or GTF, you know. GYAIH or GT, same thing, you know. Are you not getting it? And it's okay if you don't get it. Nobody else has answered. Everybody else is being quiet. Because I know the brain will do this. It will fill in the blanks. You don't need all the other letters. And when you start, if you can learn this, so Iceman already got it. So get the in. I open my ITHY. No, you never seen that before? Your body can. Your mind doesn't need any letters after the first. If it has the first and the last, you can read it. Now, if somebody has dyslexia, that's going to turn backwards. So, GTFI, right? HRNBIWYA, right? So, Ryan, we were talking about this to Sabrina, because she's dyslexic and she has that, like our eye flips everything around for us. It's like your eye doing that, right? And it's not doing that. People don't understand that. They can understand that their eye sees things backwards, that their retina flips that for them. But you got to understand, people with dyslexia, that the word is backwards to them. So even when I say it to her, she reads it normal, she hears it backwards. No, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Her brain is completely different than yours. It doesn't do the flip for her. She can train her brain to do it. She can trick herself enough to learn the cycle and the pattern and just make it do it almost essentially every time. People overcome dyslexia hardcore. They really do. They just learn. There's only so many fucking letters and words. And you know what I'm saying? I don't mean to go there. There's a lot of words, but you learn the patterns. And your brain will automatically train itself like anything to make the flip because you've seen it enough. You already know your brain to tell it to do that. It knows to do it because it's done it out of habit. You guys, does your Peter get hard in the morning? Do you have to ask it to wake up? Or is it already awake before you wake up? Do you need to tell it to wake up sometimes, or is it already awake before you get awake? So we'll leave it at that. All right, maybe that's not the best analogy, but all right, we'll leave that one alone. Terrible, terrible. All right, yeah. What did Andrew Dice say? He's up before. He's like, take me shopping. I need a new hat. Oh, never mind. Oh, panty pants, panty pants, panty pants. Let's throw a piece of wood in the fire. Some things just have a mind of their own. I understand, Sabrina. Some things just have a mind of their own. Let's leave it at that, okay? Oh my goodness. So I'm really hoping they don't shut off these food stamp benefits for people. And that, because if that happens, I really feel like we're leading down a road here where it's going to give them the validity to put military in all 50 states, because everybody will be hungry. And hungry people don't act like, people with their, like I said before, if you stop feeding the people in jail, with the guard to inmate ratio, right? Do you think the people would stay inside those walls if you stop feeding them in there? Would people stay in that box in a jail or a prison if they were not fed anymore? Do you think the prison guards could hold them back? That's another thing that they may do here too, brothers and sisters, that I want you to consider. They may release people from prison. They may say they not have enough money to feed them. I want you to look at that as an option. They're not feeding the poorest people, but they're feeding all the people in prison and county jails and private prisons. They might stop feeding them too. And they won't stay in there. So they might just let them out. Because I haven't seen anybody talk about that yet. They're not feeding the poorest people, but all these people in jail are being fed 3 meals a day. Some of them can make a pretty good spread in there if you know how to do it right. I mean, it's not the best, but it's better than a lot of people eat on the street. Some people eat in prison. So people can throw down in there. They know how to mix these things up a little bit. A lot of things that could be bought off commissary and in prisons and whatnot. So what if this shit stops? What if they stop feeding aren't they poor people? They don't have any money. So I don't think anybody's considering this either. They let people out during the COVID, didn't they? They let people out during the COVID. I don't think people really ever considered what it would be like if they did cut off the food supply chain to the people, because that's when people rise up with pitchforks and torches and take over and overthrow their governments every time, when they can't feed the people. I don't give a fuck what it says in the history books. Look at your solar minimum, your solar maximum. So every time that the populace can't be fed, or some kind of war or something, and then it's a good way to get rid of the bunch of the populace. And war's profitable for them too. So they're going to pay ICE to be out there on the streets. Government officials are going to get paid, but the poorest people aren't going to get paid. Pretty terrorizing, isn't it? To think that they're going to pay ISIS out there on the streets, but the poorest people in this country are going to starve. There's going to be money sent to 1,000+ military bases in all 180 countries, but people in America are going to starve. There's more millionaires in Congress than there is in the populace, but more Americans are going to starve. Donald Trump just wrecked the east side of the east wing of the White House without actually trawling all the proper channels and doing what he should have done. And it's going to cost him over $200 million to build back that wing. Don't you think he could have waited to do that until after this SNAP fucking supplemental nutrition assistance program was cut? How about his salary? What happened to his salary for the first 4 years of his 4 + 5 is 9 presidency? Where's all that money? Let's figure that out. Do you know any one of these billionaires like Donald Trump could turn this off in a second? So we don't have easy times coming, brothers and sisters. And this just ain't going to be America. But this is going to be the front and center. This is going to be the big show where they really start a lot of this top-down, lockdown, blockchain. You know, you're not going into the store anymore, credit score you, and then digitally track and trace how much you buy and sell. And then now if you bought, you know, an extra bottle of whiskey or something, now you're going to get denied health care, or you're going to have to go check in for AA or something. You know, they're going to make this very restrictive. The world will go on. The world will go on. The world's not going to go away. You know, it's just going to be very tech oriented and very controlled. It'll be digital communism, digitally blockchains, tokenized, credit score, tracked and traced communism. You heard it here first. That's what it is, tied to the blockchain. So how many people do you think you could feed right now? For how long? If you had 3 people come into your house, extra people in your household right now, how long do you think you can make it? How many groceries do you have? How many days, weeks, months, years do you think you can make it? Right now. You can't go to the store anymore. They've cut everything off. How long can you make it? You got 3 extra people in your household. Showed up to your door. Totally possible for somebody to show up to your door. Kids, family member, friend, co-worker. 3 people show up to your door. How long do you think you can make it on food? Everybody eating 3 meals a day, which you don't have to eat 3 meals a day, but 3 meals a day. Things would be a little stressful, so you want as much nutrition as your body can get. No answers? Could you go a day, a week, a month, a week, a day, a weekday? So most people can't make it 2 or 3 days, brothers and sisters. That's about the average amount of food that people have in their house across America, is about 3 days. Some people just 3 meals. 3 meals away from being starving. Pretty sad state of affairs. You know that 40% of the U.S. populace during World War II grew their own food, gardens and food, and now less than 1% of the population grows their own garden. Become very reliant on the system to have that food available for us too. We go to the store and it'll always be there, right? Haven't you ever seen when there's some kind of hurricane or some pipeline broke, everything, all the stores clear out except for the mystery meats or the tofu meat or whatever that stuff is, the plant food or plant meat, whatever that is, so the Bill Gates meat, the Soylent Green, whatever that stuff is. It's kind of weird. That's the only victory I've seen us have in quite some time. The stores or shelves will empty out, but nobody wants to eat that plant burger, whatever you call it, veggie burger. There we go, one of those things. It's got a whole bunch of crap in it. None of those people even want to eat it. People are like vegan and all that. They know not to eat that crap. They care about their body, or you know. Yeah, well, there's lots of ways to do it. Like I said earlier, you could buy seeds on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program here. You know, in most states, they'll allow you to buy seeds. Herbs, seeds, fruit seeds, vegetable seeds. Some places even allow you to have live fruit trees, to purchase live fruit trees. So you can have something that would bear fruit, bear seeds, and keep giving back again and again. You can give those seeds away, make seed, you know, and create abundance, but nobody will do that. They want to go get ding dongs and Monster energy drinks and Red Bulls and ho-hos and donut-os or whatever. I don't know what they're called.
I made that up. You know, whatever. Macaroni and top ramen. And, you know, not a lot of substance. Pink slime. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of people that'll give away seed trading places, but nobody's even trying. They're not even trying to grow some fucking herbs on their windowsill. Fucking cilantro, green onions, mint, just anything. You know what I'm saying? Something. Potatoes. Fuck, you can grow those in a sack, in a gunny sack. You know, if you had to, hang it on the side of a fucking door. They'll grow in there. Put a pan underneath it or something. Tomatoes in a fucking 5-gallon bucket. I mean, nobody even tries. Nope. We're gonna go get some fucking, you know, some processed chicken that's never been chicken that's never had a heartbeat or a bone. Lab-grown chicken puff and chicken burrito puffs, and puff this and microwave that, and pocket this, and hot pockets. That was horrible. Oh, did I make myself cry? Oh, that was horrible. Hot pockets. I couldn't get the voice to crack. Just all this microwave food, you know what I'm saying? If they eat anything, it's microwave crap. They don't even cook on the stove anymore, hardly at all. A lot of people use their microwave. I mean, it's cool. I've seen these people using their air fryers, which is pretty cool. I think those are all right. Getting away from the oils and shit, but fucking holy shit, dude. Hot pockets. Oh my gosh. Pork pockets. Stop eating pork if you can, brothers and sisters. You can eat whatever you want, but don't eat pork if you... Stop eating pork, please. Eat whatever the hell you want. Just eat pork, all pork for the rest of your life if you just can't stop eating it. That shit is disgustingly foul. That they got worms bad, dude. Those things are really hard to get that pork out of your body. You already got a sugar worm, don't you? You got the sugar worm. You want the sugar. It's terrible. You're on the sugar sick. Uh-oh. Watch out. Eating greasy candy canes here. Sucking on the candy canes. They're sick. Get to the point, will you? Trying to poke me with your candy cane. Get away from me there, poker. Shit. Lick her in the front and poke her in the rear. Let's play some cards. We'll play some 52 pickup. You ever play Smoking Fire? Fuego. Fire. Lightning and the thunder. My big wall fell over on my my little false fake house there. Not the front one, but the side one that I built. I didn't have posts down in the ground. I had some pretty big nails in it, but that wind yesterday was rocking through here, and it blew it off the side. I'm like, oh crap. I let the chickens out there. Sure enough, I went out there and I looked over there like, where the hell? Oh, now it blew down. So I had a couple of things blow out of here. So we had some pretty hefty winds. But hey, look, I'm hoping again that they don't do this food stamp bullshit, because I don't want them to lock the country down until I leave. Yeah, we get some straight line winds out here in the desert. We were having some rocking winds yesterday. It was moving this cabin, you know, and I have braces under this cabin, you know what I'm saying, in certain areas, but, and it's on tires too, you know what I'm saying, but, and it's got the big things in the front, so, but it was, so, I was like, damn, that was a big wall. Good thing nobody's in front of that thing. It would have killed them. But there ain't nobody out here to, so, both the kitties are accounted for, but, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to put it back up. I would have already tried to put it back up, but I don't. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'll leave it there for now, for a minute. I kind of built it up. It all fell down as one piece. That's pretty funny. I built it. And it all fell down as one whole piece. I didn't build it as one piece. I built it in sections, but it fell down in one piece. So I did. I said I built it in sections, but it fell down as one whole piece. So that's good construction, baby. And it didn't break apart. It fell down in a long way. That's a pretty tall. And it should have just came apart in pieces. It's all still together. So maybe I'll try to huff it back up there or something. But I'll probably need Kevin to help me out. Yeah, probably not. I don't think I will. I still got fed spores I didn't get to. I'm not. I've given up. I have. After the loss of Tango. Not like that. I want to hang out with the Otter Boy and until after court. And then I'll come back and fix it later. But I'm more focused on just if I'm staying here, then I'm staying here. But I'm saying I'm not staying here. Well, I might have to. Might not be able to leave. See, will Trump lock down this country on November 1st? Yeah, it's not growing. It's a big wall. Nobody will take that wall. It'd take a big thing for somebody to haul it out of here or something like a big trailer. But not like that. It's okay. It won't go anywhere. It was a little disappointing though. I was like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna get that thing back up there. I can't get that up there by myself. It's too big. It weighs too much. I just put a lot of material on it. So maybe I'll haul it somewhere else. I was actually looking at it. Maybe I'll haul it somewhere else and put it somewhere else. Since it's all one piece. And I built it for the side. It's that other side of that building. But maybe I'll go put it, put it up in front of another area somewhere and sink 2 poles and put it in and put it in next to 2 poles or something. And use it out somewhere else and dress it up a little bit more. Because I plan on doing a couple more things to it anyways to give it a little bit more. I didn't need to build it as so tall as I did, but it was that corner. And I just went off. I had an idea in my mind what I was going to do, and I did it. So, but maybe I'll haul it to somewhere else on the property. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It fell down in one piece, you know what I'm saying? Because now I can move it. It just stayed together. So I'll just drag it up onto the trailer or lift it back up right where it's at, you know what I'm saying? But I've been thinking, well, maybe I'll just move it somewhere else. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. It's I'm not going anywhere because I bet you it weighs 300 pounds plus right around there with the material on it. So it'd be a little tough to lift up by myself. I mean, I could probably try to pulley it. And so it's just because it's so big, that the span is what would be hard to get. I could probably get it up off the ground. I think I could lift that 300 pounds off the ground. I know I could lift fucking 300 pounds, but it's pushing it up over my head and then getting it up from there. How would I drop it up, get a block up or, thing under? That's how I do stuff. And then probably attach some ropes to it, make some pulleys, and then try to pull it up once I'm not just going to walk that thing up. I ain't fucking He-Man. Although I can, lift more, a lot more than my weight, I'm not lifting that wall up. No way. So I've done some pretty crazy things before where I amazed myself. I'm like, God, that shouldn't even be possible. I just did it. Look, I just did it. It's like this morning, I know I'm going to pay for this. I went and I stacked up the solar panel wasn't working. I went over there, it blew out because of the wind and the whole thing came apart. Well, I walked up to it and I had my little Sorel, they're like an outdoor. So what I got on right now, they got this pattern on them. They're like a moccasin
type of. So they've got a little grip to them. But when I walked up because I rebuilt and it fell down, that almost killed me. And I walked up it and almost slipped. But I walked down with the firewood, and I totally spaced off. And I stepped on that thing, and I fell right on my. This morning, I mean, I fell right on my hip, just wham, because the ice. I mean, it's super pitched, and as soon as I boy it took me right out. I landed right on my hip. So I'm just trying to ignore it right now because I know I'm going to pay for that. I could almost feel it. It made my jaw clack and made my nose, like I was like, damn, dude. And I only dropped 2 pieces of wood. They were just little, pieces of. I was like, right on. It couldn't have fell on my right hip. It had to be on that left. So I've been ignoring it, going, you're not getting away with that. You're just in. I'm still adrenal. I'm still a dumping from being in shock from COVID, or I mean from COVID from my pup, and I was thinking COVID, my Tango, my big puppy dog, and so I know it's gonna fucking hurt so much tomorrow. I'm already hurt from digging that hole, not like that, just a little sore, but fucking fell right on that damn hip, dude. I'm like, oh, thank you, Father. I'm gonna feel that one. I'm not getting away with that one for free. That's not a freebie. And I got up, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're lucky. I'm glad I didn't sit there and, yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be beyond a gummy, but seriously, I think I really hurt myself pretty bad. I felt really hard and really fast. I mean, what a dumbass to not remember. You know what I'm saying? But I went up there and it was only icy on the first, up off the ground about 2-3 feet, because the rest of it was pretty dry. I don't know what, it's down on the ground. But boy, that thing was slipperier and snot. And I came back down and wasn't even thinking, and I had a hand. So I didn't have any way to catch myself. You know what I'm saying? I may be able to slow the fall if I didn't have my hand full of wood. I had both my hands holding the wood, so I didn't have any way to catch myself. And I told you I held on to all the wood. So I just wham, all my force just wham right on that fucking left hip. I'm like, oh boy. Yeah. So I was like, what an idiot. You walked up here and you remember, and you slipped, but you couldn't walk down the fucking bundle of wood. Remember that it was slippery at the bottom, because boy, when I took that step, I was gone. I mean, it took my feet right out from underneath me, I was like, oh, ow. Oh boy, I'm going to pay for that later. Oh, well, I dropped a couple pieces of wood. I guess I'll roll over there, get my hands, and um, picked up a couple pieces and brought them inside. But yeah, oh yeah, no, it's all right. I'm gonna pay for it later. It's gonna be sore and fuck, because that's that hip that I hurt with that damn dropping the beam in the Rusty Dragon and really wrecked that hip. Whatever I did, I think I busted whatever that rotator socket in there when I dropped that beam. So that's exactly where I landed on it. Right, exactly. That's right where I landed. I'm like, you couldn't have made me fall the other way, Father. It'd have been easier if I'd have fell on the right one, because I didn't hurt my right hip. I hurt my left hip, and that's right where I had to fall. So I was like, oh, thank you, Father. I'm going to pay for that tomorrow when I come off this, adrenaline dump. I'm going to feel it, because I'm kind of still, and I'm really numb right now. Still, I have to be 100% forward. I'm pretty numb, but I'm trying to work through it, as you can see. But I think I know where it's leading me, but it's whatever. Father's going to do whatever he wants with me, so I ain't going to fight it. I ain't fighting anything. I ain't fighting anybody. I ain't fighting nobody. Like I said, I ain't. Nope. You can fight. I'm all done fighting. I'm all done serving. I'm all done doing that. No, I'm just going to try to just get to the court date. Like I said, get to this court date. Should be out there finishing that chicken's hen house, but I just can't do it. I put up some metal on, leaned a piece of metal on. They'll be all right. They're fine, but I'm overdoing it. I just love taking care of my animals. So it gives me purpose in life to take care of my animals. That's why I like to be a farmer. Since Father won't let me have a life with friends and family, and
you know, like that. All my friends are basically online at this point, but, and that's not anywhere else. That's here. That's here. I don't do Facebook or anything. So uh, my animals are my life. You know, the big part of who I am. So I like to take care of my animal husbandry is a big thing for me. Try to take good care of them as best as I can. You know, I'm not filthy rich or anything, but I can afford to buy them good food. Try to take good care of them. You know, I don't think I'm overdoing anything at this point. I'm creeping at a snail's pace. So not really doing anything in a hurry. I don't have anything to do except for die. What do you have to do? Die. Everything else is gravy, man. Everything else is Father's, you know, plan for me. So, but I don't have to do anything else. I mean, I don't, you know, that stupid dumbass Jaden. I don't have to stay here. Could have left, but I'm not going to, because I put more faith in Father that if he wants me to go to prison, and that's what'll happen to me, and I'll just have to deal with it. Too bad, so sad. Sucks to be you. That's how the last, you know, 50 plus years of my life has been. So why would it change in these last years of my life? I don't expect anything. I don't think it will change. So it's not pessimistic. I try to avoid it, obviously, but there comes a certain point where you just can't. It's unavoidable, and that's when I know for sure, 100%, that Father is taking the wheel. You know, He's the one controlling it. So it gives me the ability to just let it go. Like King. Get more wind out there. I might lose my other wall today. Oh well. But so I hope that they don't do these food take it away, because if they do, I don't think I'll be able to leave the country. I think they'll have this country in full lockdown. And I could be wrong, but I think this is the reason they would need to bring military in each and every state, because each and every state has a assistance program for their people in need for food benefits. So it very well could be sparking off something that we never might ever see people's food benefits turn back on until they do a UBI, universal basic income. And they might refund you back what was on there in the new system or something, We'll see. I'm not doing it. I'm already out of the system, remember, as much as I possibly can be. That's why I'm going to go heat my CDL up. So operating commerce ever again. Then I can't. So. Oh, boy. Oh, wait, dude. Do you know, I don't think the silver shop is open on Monday. I might need to get off here and ask that. I think they were open Friday, but not Monday. Damn it. The fuck am I going to do? They're not a barber. Why is the silver shop not open on Monday? Damn it, damn it, damn it. Why, of all days? Yeah, they're open Friday, but closed Monday. That's a weird thing. There's only one in town. You know what I'm saying? So. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. What the hell am I going to do now? I thought I had a solution to get in the tags, Whatever, I'll get more silver. I don't think so, but Yeah, Kevin and I ran into that before one time. He was wanting, or a couple times, he was wanting to go buy some precious metals or something. He cashed out one of his, savings or something, or retirement or something, and wanted to go buy some precious metals, and they were closed Monday. I think we drove there too, all the way there. We didn't check. I'll definitely check before I go, but I don't see them closed on Friday. I think they closed Monday. They're closed Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. They open on Tuesday. Father, why do you always kick my butt? He always kicks my butt. Yep, I'm pretty certain. Pretty certain. I just won't get it done, I guess. Then we'll see how much money I have left. I don't like to actually don't have that much money, so I don't even know if I have money to get it fixed. I don't even know what's going on with it at this point. I thought it was the Toyota dealership didn't mention that, so maybe it's when they got a little bit deeper into it that there was the issue too. So hopefully the Toyota dealer will figure it out. I think they do a veteran discount. So maybe I'll bring something else with me. I have something else, like I said. Maybe I'll bring those ham radios or something into the pawn shop. I'll figure out something. I pulled a couple things out. I have a couple electronics, not a bunch, but a couple things. I was just hoping to take those on the road with me and use those on the road if I had to. But I'll figure it out. Anyways, let me I'll get off here and let you guys go. And I'm just going to sit here and stew for a minute, I guess. I'll come back up here a little bit and re-spark the algorithm again. And, as we march here towards food riots in America, will that happen? It's to be determined, right, by whether they take people's benefits and cut them off to the poorest people on the rock. Well, on this here in America. So, what a time to witness. Literally, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer every year. The wealth gap grows, never stops. Crazy, crazy. All right, again, appreciate you coming in, and thanks for hanging out. This is a very interesting time to be here, be a witness. And again, I hope that they can figure something out. I hate the government, so I don't want the government to be funded, But it doesn't mean they're not still funding all those people on the streets or all these government officials. The people, what is that? They're getting paid or they're working, but the people, so none of it makes any sense to me. I know what it is. It's God doing it. But anyways, appreciate you being a witness. Let me talk about it because it's something, again, I think it's going to affect us all here eventually. It's going to be a COVID type thing. It's not going to matter whether it's real or not. It's really going to affect you. So if you like the ministry and you like the content, please leave a comment after the video, the live stream. And if you choose to hit the thumbs up button, 23, maybe, pretty powerful number. 23, 1023 is when my Tango Mongo passed. Father took my Tango from me, so interesting. Here we are, and what a time that was already written thousands of years ago to be witnessed. So hope you're doing what you need to be doing. I'll see you guys on the next broadcast. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.